Hello there, toy collectors. My name is Kevin, aka Toying Around, and I am very excited to bring you this special review.
If anything, the Kim family, they're archetypes.
Which is sad, but not always a bad thing.
I'm okay. I have one.
Let's,
Do see on the name.
Let's try them. Let's still try. We want to.
Damn voices. Hello there, everyone. Happy Thursday. My name is Kevin, aka Toying Around, and you are watching Unboxing Thursdays. I've got a huge pile of unopened toys. The pile stays the same, if not grows, every week. But this stream is a weekly push for me to unbox things so I can get rid of the boxes and make space for toys so you can buy more toys. So you can buy more toys. But I'm lucky enough each week to sit down and chat with a friend of mine in this hobby, and they all do really cool things. So we get to have a little discussion, catch up, talk about this hobby, and catch up with everyone in the chat, everyone in the Butter Nation. So thank you for coming out tonight. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with us, and I appreciate that. And again, like every week, a lot of fun making videos, for other people, but for me also, it's a lot of fun to chat. Last week streamed a combined like 10 and a half hours of just talking this geeky cool stuff, and it's so much fun. So if you're new here, feel free to subscribe. There's a lot of cool content on the channel, and there will be more new stuff coming. If you're a regular member of the Butter Nation, thank you for coming out. Leave a comment, leave a thumbs up, share, and let everyone know that we're on live now. Thanks to everyone who's shared on Instagram. And of course, all the channel members here who support the channel. It's an optional thing you can do here on YouTube to support the channel. Everything goes back to upgrades and giveaways and all that. So thank you so much. If you want to become a channel member, there's a link pinned here in the description on YouTube. And of course, if you're watching on Twitch, if you prefer Twitch, that's twitch.tv/toyingaround. Last week's content. Man, where do we begin? I streamed about Spider-Man No Way Home. So no spoilers in the chat tonight, please, because a lot of people haven't seen it yet. They don't have access to it. But if you want to hear my thoughts on it, leave me a comment. There's a video from last week for Spider-Man No Way Home. The Enablers episode was 5 hours. If you have 5 hours, for whatever reason, feel free to play that in the background and check it out. A lot of fun stuff. We're just cracking jokes till the end. And of course, no Boba Fett spoilers, because tomorrow here on the channel and on Twitch, we'll be chatting about the Book of Boba Fett Chapter 3 with Yoko, Paul, and Ernie, and a special guest. So tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern. Next week, Unboxing Thursdays, right here, we'll be with MCU Collector, unboxing some toys. But that brings us to tonight's guest. He is one half of the Figure Booth, a fantastic toy photographer. You will know him on social media as FigureFan_Nate. Please welcome, Butter Nation, to the channel, Nate.
What's up, Kev?
How's it going, man?
Hello, everybody. Thanks for having me on.
Thank you for stopping by.
Absolutely. I'm glad to be here. I've been a long time listener.
That's it's always weird when people say that, but thank you. Yeah.
I mean, you're on episode 84 here, man. You've got a lot of content to get through.
84, yeah. That's crazy to me. I'm still not. I still can't believe it. But if for people in the chat who might be new, who is Nate? What do you do? What do you like to do? What are you into?
So my main thing is a toy collector and a toy photographer. So I started on Instagram, really just collecting toys, finding other people that were collecting toys. Through that, I found people that were doing toy photography, something that I really had not been exposed to prior to getting on Instagram. I didn't really know people did that. So I found people like The Amazing, JC Malone, some of the original guys in the toy community, and got inspired to try it myself. So just started kind of learning the ropes. I didn't really have any photography background or anything like that, but I always wanted an excuse to quote unquote play with my toys. I feel like I collect, but then they go up on a shelf and I don't mess with them maybe. So the toy photography is kind of an excuse for me as an adult man to play with my toys, take some photos on it, share with the community. I ended up finding an awesome community of people. The toy community is just really great, really welcoming. Just a lot of great friends that I've made over the years. And then that kind of evolved into, the relationship that me and Prime had. We were good friends for a long time. Decided, what the hell, man, let's create a podcast and talk about collecting toys and probably some topics in the community that people talk about and get it out there and just give our thoughts. So that's kind of what we're doing now on the Figure Booth. So if you guys haven't checked that out, please go check out our YouTube. And I think we made it. We're up to episode 39 now. We've got episode 40 dropping this Sunday. It's been a lot of fun.
Congrats. I have Nate's Instagram, Figure Booth Instagram, and the Figure Booth channel linked in the YouTube description. So make sure you check it out. It's a lot of great toy talk on that podcast. And FigureFan_Nate on Instagram. Congratulations on hitting 10K, man. Thanks,
man. Yeah, it's kind of boggles my mind that I'm actually at 10K. It's been a very long road to get there, I think. It felt like the road, I hit kind of a plateau, and I remember Plasty saying something about this. I got to like 8K and it just had no growth for a while. And then all of a sudden it just kind of slowly started to come back and finally hit the 10K mark. So that's a huge milestone for me. I'm very excited about that. So thanks to everybody that is coming out. I know a lot of you guys, follow me on Instagram. You share my work. I really appreciate all of you. So that's a big part of it, getting the word out there.
Absolutely. Speaking of thanking everyone in the chat, let's try to get through these names real quick because I think there's a lot of people here watching right now who are, here for the channel, but also friends of you and your show. So, I think they deserve some love. We have AZ Toy Hunters Guild, Gonzo, who is always sharing on social media. Thank you so much, Gonzo. You rock. Channel member Loki. Prime to the Beef is here. Booth Nation in the house. Book Club in the house.
There you go.
We have Andrew J. LaBoy. Bearded Bills is here. Another awesome supporter of everything. He's listening from his closet right now. Batforce Grumps is here. What's going on, Grumps? Happy Thursday to the Tuesday crew. Paul Morales. Toy Malarkey. What's going on? Toy Rensu is here. The homie, we gotta have Toy Rensu on one day. That dude's hilarious. Jason Lowe. He says, "What's up, brothers?" Is that like butter brothers?
Butters.
Brothers sounds a lot better than Butter Brothers. That's very strange. We have the one and only 796 Studios here. It says FigureFan-Nate. Let's go.
There you go. Represent.
What's going on, Mario? FigureFan-Nate is in the chat. What's going on, Nate? The Toy Page. What's up, Paige? How you been? Paige? He sent me an emoji as a reply when I posted this thumbnail. I wasn't sure if he was excited or pissed, but I think he's excited because he's here now. What's going on, Paige?
Somewhat disappointed.
So, Ant-Man, Toy Figs. How you doing, man? I am Micah. Fred is in the house. Where do my sounds go? Here we go. Courtney is here, fellow Canadian collector. What's up, Courtney? Happy Thursday. Darth Gutierrez, welcome back. Good to see you in the chat. Tony Collector 10. Holland Oats. That's a new name. Welcome. I hope you stick around and enjoy the chat. Captain Crispy is here. Tyler Lalonde, Doombot 9000. Machu Toy. Why did I say that weird? Machu Toy, channel member. Welcome back. Glad to have you here. FigureFan-Nate, channel member. Thank you, by the way.
Absolutely, man.
Oh man, there's a lot of people in here. They're here to see you, dude. Matt Logic 44. Plasty's in the house. What's going on, Plasty? Omega Weapon 13. Welcome, everybody. Thank you for being here. Prime to the first. Spamming the chat. I'm just going to skip over his real quick. B. Rivera. Kyle Wadiga. Kyle, thank you for the present. I can't wait to open it tonight. We're going to look at what we have to open real quick in a second. KJ Smith. And win or lose. What's going on? Oh, there's more. Oh, by the way, there is a Enablers toy photography challenge. And Nate, as a toy photographer, we thought of this, or I thought of posting it right after you posted a Spider-Man shot. So I'm like, oh, well, if Nate wants to participate, he's going to do a new one.
I've actually got another one in the tank that I can use. So
nobody has
it's
just
good
one.
timing.
Only I do one and leave it. But the Enablers want to do kind of jumpstart some people if you're looking for an excuse to get into toy photography, or just any excuse to pick up a camera and shoot some toys. From now until February 4th, post a picture on Instagram, Spider-Man themed, with the hashtag enabler_arachnid, because Spider-Man is so hot right now. And there's just some really cool toys out there. Take some photos, tag us, and then we will look at some of the pics on the next Enablers episode. So Enabler Arachnid. B. Rivera says, I broke my budget just watching y'all. We're going to be talking about that real quick, because I've had to shift some of my strategies this year. And then Prime was like, yeah. We just talked about that on the last episode. And then I listened to the last episode of the Figure Booth, and really spoke to me. And then it just worked out perfectly that you were on the episode after. I'm like, this is perfect.
Great timing.
Perfect timing. One might say I planned it, which I didn't. Mick Butter Golem is here. Some Russian bots. Captain McKay Random. Adam Van Wickler says, this live stream is far too handsome. Please wait until I get my Toymigos.
Yeah, Mario style.
Sure.
Or I should say Cheney.
Cheney style, exactly.
Cheyenne.
Punch Easy in the mix. What's going on? Haunter Dreams, I think I'm caught up. Man Beast Boy. And thank you everyone so much for showing love. Like, chat's blowing up. I don't know how Ernie does this on Toymigos every night, but make sure you catch Toymigos later tonight. All right, so this way. Photo challenge. You don't win anything, Nate.
Yeah, I made that mistake. Oops. Learn to read the entire caption first. Not a giveaway, everybody, but it is a cool challenge. I like the idea. And there's so many Spider-Man figures, right? So like, if you have a Legends, or if you have the Mafex, or if you've got a Mezco, I mean, I feel like there's a lot of people that could participate in that. And I like what you're doing with the album covers, by the way. That Tupac cover came out great.
Oh,
I think
thanks.
it's a great idea.
I did one, and I don't know if I'm going to do another. To see what's
it's hard to find
available.
the time and the space for it. I get it. Even
But
for
today,
me, that some guy that does it a lot, it's hard to find the time to do it. So you really have to like dedicate yourself. Like, okay, I'm going to do this today. I'm going to get it done. Otherwise, it just doesn't happen.
And Fred, you are right. Open to all sorts of collecting photography. So if you want to do Lego, if you do statues, you make a statue look nice, or if it just looks cool, you want to do like a nice portrait of it, you can do that. If you're a mint on card collector like Ernie, just throw some on a dio and take a picture. Everybody's welcome. But Nate, I want to get into toys. We're here for unboxing.
That's right.
What lines do you collect? What speaks to you?
I feel like that's changed a lot over the years. I went through kind of a really Mezco heavy phase. And I'm still pretty Mezco heavy, but I've tried to expand my reach a bit. So Mezco, Mafex, I'm just starting to dabble into Mythic Legions, but I'm going to be focusing more on that. I've been trying to resist the urge, but people like 1/6 Shooter, my buddy Sir Chappie 13, his name's Cody. He's a big Legions collector. He's always telling me about how much he loves Legions. And just, I don't know, everything that they're doing with those figures, the quality that you get for the price, I can't resist it anymore. So I'm starting to get into Legions.
Is that the dude who got you your first one?
Yeah. So my buddy Cody, been a longtime friend with. He's also a toy photographer. Excuse me. His name's Sir Chappie 13. But yeah, he sent me super generous Arethyr and Atheon or Athon. I don't know if I said that right. Which are some of the best Legions that came out last year, according to the guys in the Legions Lounge, which is Trevor and Bill from Dork Lair. Yeah, I mean, amazing gift. And then I actually jumped on the Krampus when it went up recently. I thought that was a good starting point since it's the Figure Obscura line, which is a new line for them. So if you haven't been collecting Legions, you can kind of jump in there. And then from what I understand, they're going to be doing some very unique figures in that line. So I jumped in that. And then the rest is history, man. Once I got one in hand, I had to get more. They're really, really nice figures.
Sweet.
So yeah, Mezco, Mafex, Legions, DC Direct. I love DC Direct stuff, although they're not really making a whole lot anymore. I really loved their Batman the Animated Series line. I'm just gutted that they're not making it anymore. But
yeah, well, DC Direct went under, right? And then now it's back under Todd.
Yeah, I mean, people are happy. Some people may be happy about that. I feel like we need another 6-inch figure line. I get what he's doing with the multiverse stuff, but I really loved what Mattel was doing with multiverse, and it was 6-inch. It fit everything else that I had in my collection. Then Todd took it over, and now they're all 7-inch figures, and the quality is kind of hit and miss, in my opinion. So I really hope either DC or some other company picks up the rights to DC, because we need another 6-inch line. I feel like that's kind of one of those missing lines out there right now. Like there's just not a lot of DC representation outside of multiverse.
Yeah, like if you wanted to get into DC right now and build like a Justice League, for example, in 6-inch, where? How?
Yeah. Other than McFarlane, there's whoa, that's too zoomed. But yeah, other than McFarlane, there's really not a whole lot out there. Mezco every once in a while will drop a DC figure, but there's just not a lot coming out. I mean, you had Essentials too, which is, I wasn't a huge fan of Essentials, but I did like them. At least it was from DC, and they were doing some pretty unique figures towards the end of the line. But even that's gone now. So there's just
was
really
Essentials the blown up icons?
Yeah, right. So they were a bit taller than the icons. Yeah, I was kind of the same way. I really loved the icon stuff too. That was another line I really got into. And they started going really deep with the character roster. And then I felt like they were on their high point, and then DC's like, nah, we're not doing that anymore. We're just going to go into Essentials now.
It's like DC movies and like DC Direct. It's just got this pattern of just make a little bit here and a little bit here and do this and do that. There's no planning. It seems like chaos. Icons is sick. They had props packs, man.
Yeah. They had some really great releases.
So then they're like, oh, Icons didn't work. Let's do Direct. It's the same toys, but bigger, but no accessories, but more money. And I'm like, okay, so you're basically putting your own nail in your own coffin. And that was it.
They must hate money. I don't know what it is, because I know a lot of people that loved those lines and are sad that they're gone. So I don't get it.
I don't know, DC Direct or DC Collectibles that went under, or is that all under DC Direct?
I think it was all DC Collectibles was DC Direct. From I don't know. I mean, somebody in the chat can maybe correct me, but I think it was all in the same. Yeah.
Cool, man. Well, let us know. Show everybody. I haven't even seen what you're opening tonight, so let everyone know what you're opening. People in the chat, if you see something Nate has that you want him to open first, let me know in the comments. And if you're watching this at home and you're unboxing at the same time, you have social media, post it on Instagram, tag me, put hashtag, I don't know, toying around or unboxing Thursdays. And it's cool to see people unboxing at the same time as a show. All right, Nate, let him know.
All right. So speaking of Legions, just with all the Christmas craziness, I actually never got around to unboxing Aethon here, or I don't know if I'm saying that right, Aethon, but he's the fire horse that comes with Arethyr. So I actually do have Balius, which is the other horse. He's the more quote unquote normal horse, but this is one of mine that I wanted to unbox. And I just realized I didn't pull out one of them, so I have to get it. But got the Mayfix Gambit. I know people love this figure. I just have not opened it yet, but I've been really wanting to open it up. I'm kind of weird. When I open up a figure, I like to focus on that figure, and then I want to take a shot of it. So sometimes I'll keep things in box just so I don't get tempted to move on to other photos because I've got other ideas in my head. But yeah, Mayfix Gambit's one of them.
That's a great strategy, actually.
Yeah, I just feel like if I open things, I tend to just move on from it if I've got too many things that I'm opening. So I'll open it, try to take shots of it. And then when I feel like, okay, I've got 2 or 3 shots that I like of this figure, I'm going to move on to something else. Oh, see, there you go. Kyle's got all the knowledge.
Yeah, Kyle says it was DC Direct, became DC Collectibles, then went back to DC Direct, then died. D with a capital. Dead. That turned to Dead Company.
Yeah, they are completely dead now, which is really sad.
Well, I think
Casino La
it's back
Cucaracha.
under Todd, and he's like managing whatever inventory they had, something like that. And then moving forward, who knows?
He's pretty much just doing whatever he wants now, I guess.
Because
lots of Batman.
Yeah, lots of Batman for sure. You know the ones that's the animated series style? The new ones that just came out recently? There's like Deathstroke, Red Hood.
Yeah, those are the last line that they did. Yeah. That's actually one of them that I have. I have Azrael from
nice.
that. I haven't opened him up yet, but I just did a shot with the power armor Batman. I've been using the Deathstroke recently. I got the new Robin they did. So yeah, he's one of mine. And then I've also got the Casino La Cucaracha Gomez from Mezco. I just never got, I opened this up briefly, but actually never took Gomez out. So yeah. And I do have a Gucci. I have a Wonder Woman Gucci. I just forgot to get her out, but she's in my closet. I can get her. But yeah, I had to represent for Gucci Gang. I didn't actually say that in the lines, but yeah, Amazing Yamaguchi is another one of those lines I really love.
Okay. Dario says those figures are based from the animated series comic run. Oh, so they weren't in the show, but they were in the comic. Because the Joker
weird
looks
enough.
sick.
Yeah, weird enough. I actually have that comic right here. Batman: The Adventures Continue. I'm reading this right now. So
You're like the master of props. You have just everything off screen. It's
I came prepared.
Within reach.
I'm trying to make sure I'm ready, so you're not waiting on me here.
What a pro! That's way too prepared for this show. I think I saw Ponchisi put the Joker head from that animated line onto I think a Mafex Joker body, and it made like one completely perfect kid bashed Joker. It was really cool. I think it was Ponch.
Yeah, I could see that maybe working on the Hush Joker, even though the purples aren't really the same. It doesn't really matter with the head. Or the Amazing Yamaguchi is sort of close to that look. I really love that Joker, the Amazing Yamaguchi one. I'm a huge Joker fan, so I've got tons of Joker figures in my collection.
Yeah, I mean,
let me get that one.
We're going to look at your pictures real quick, but there are a lot of Batman and obviously a lot of Joker to go along with that. So we're going to look at some photos in a little bit. And
this is that Wonder Woman I was talking about.
There you go.
I've got her too.
I like that you took that opportunity. You're like, oh, Kev's talking about something else. I'm just going to wheel over in my desk chair and grab it. What a pro. What a pro. All right, chat. What are you excited to see Nate open? I've still got a lot, even though I said I need to slow down. That's my new goal this year, because I said, I can look back at some old episodes and I opened 5, 6 figures. And, I opened that Casino Cucaracha, just messed around with it on screen, and then I never really got to enjoy it, right? Like, I was just talking. It was in my hands, but I didn't really appreciate it. I didn't go through all the accessories, and it seems like such a waste because it's a, I don't know what, $150, $200 set. I don't know, something crazy. So it seems like in that sense, you're just blowing through all this money, blowing through all these toys, and you're not really appreciating it. So my goal is like 2 to 3 toys tops an episode. With that said, I still haven't opened this Zeo Megazord because last time it was out of reach. And I'm like, I can't move here. This is all locked in. But this was Entertainment Earth clearance for like $20. Thank you to MCU Collector. I got my Hammering Around stickers from Chamba's Redbubble store. I hope you guys got some stuff in time. Support the homie Chamba. The Canadian TJ Maxx, which is winners here, got these Remnant Stormtroopers. What are they? Target exclusives or something?
I was watching your story. You got those on a nice discount, right?
15 Canadian, as Mario calls it, dollar reduce. He's like, no,
how much do those
Chamba.
Normally go for in Canadian dollars?
Black Series is, I think Hasbro in general is like $32.99 now for Legends, Black Series, G.I. Joe. So $14.99 is insane.
That's a good deal.
And then Mike and Mario made the Navarro street diorama. That's where all those Remnant Stormtroopers are. So it all worked out.
Yeah, I saw that. That was really cool from your last stream.
This is a Lightning Collection In Space Pink Ranger. This is the last In Space. Is it? No, this is the second last In Space Ranger that I need. But no, I haven't. I'm insane. I went to the comic shop with my buddy Jason. I went to Heroes World. Shout out to Heroes World. And this comic, Star Wars, The High Republic. I couldn't read it in the reflection, but he has a story in there. And I grabbed it while he was there. And he signed it.
Nice.
Go support your local comic shop. And finally, which is new, which I might not get to. Actually, no, I'm going to open this first. Shout outs to the homie Kyle, What a Guy Wadaga, with the Lightning Collection Yellow Ranger Scorpina 2-pack. Or as some call it, Scorpina. I don't think so. Do you do Power Rangers at all?
No, I don't collect any Power Rangers. I watched the show when I was younger. So I got actually really into it when I was a kid. I had the old Power Rangers figures. I don't even remember who made those. But you probably know what I'm talking about. Yeah, I had the Megazord. I had Dragon Zord.
Were the characters in the Toblerone box?
Yeah, or you could do something and they would flip their heads. I had that one, and then I had some of the I had some of the original ones too. I can't remember who made them. I was really into Power Rangers when I was younger. I just kind of fell out of it when I got older. But I've been telling myself, because I know you've got a lot of passion with Power Rangers, and I know you guys used to do like a watch where you kind of watch it on your Discord together. But I've been wanting to at least watch Mighty Morphin, because that's really the only Power Rangers I know. I don't know any of the other ones like Zeo, or I don't even know what the names are, so I don't want to butcher them. But yeah, I only really know the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
Speaking of the Discord, damn buttons. Yeah, speaking of the Discord, I've added a link to Discord here in the YouTube chat when I press enter right there. And it's a cool place for people like Nate and a lot of people from this chat to talk about toys. When the streams are offline, when there's new toy news, things like that. It's the Enablers Discord. So feel free to join there. Check it out. It's a lot of fun. Power Rangers. I mean, I wasn't that into it after Mighty Morphin. And it's the recent comics that got me back in. And it's one of the biggest rabbit holes in the last few years. But it's also one of the most fun to collect, because you can get majority of the stuff. There's no stress getting anything. They all look good together. Lots of accessories. It's a great line. Hopefully,
And right now is
if
a great time to collect Power Rangers, right? Lots of different
Yeah.
lines coming out with stuff.
All right, so what are you going to open first?
I saw a couple of people. Sorry, guys, if you guys are saying anything in the chat, I'm trying to keep up. But I think I saw a couple of people say they wanted to see the horse. So we will do Athon first. He is a huge horse. Crazy. Yeah, let's do that. I don't have a fancy unboxing cam like you, so I'm just going to have to hold up everything.
It's all good. Just get So as you all know, you hold your hand behind your toy, and it focuses on the camera. The Toy Migos have a new shirt where it's the design of the hand on the shirt. So if you're doing a live stream or something like this, I guess you can just hold it in front of the shirt, and it gives you like 2 hands free to hold your toys. So go check out the Toy Migos on T Public, I think. Or just go to their Instagram and follow from there and grab yourself a shirt. I grab one for Toy Rensu. But if you're wearing it outside the live stream, it looks like you're telling people to reach down your pants. I think
Hand
Mr.
goes
Jones
down.
said I should do In Space Pink first. But yeah, grab a shirt. I grabbed one.
Oh, shit. Just dropped something. I don't know what that was.
Dude, you're a great photographer, but hearing
Well,
you
thank
say everything is self-taught, I kind of want to hear about that a bit. How many years ago was this, and what was that process like? Self-teaching.
Rough. But no, it was, gosh, I think I've had my Instagram for probably 6 years. I've been doing photography for maybe 4 of that. And I started on my phone, really just taking pics with my phone. I didn't even know what to do. I was just like, I want to do toy photography, but I really had no idea where to start. So I had I think a Note or an HTC One at the time. I don't even know what kind of phone I had. It was some kind of Android because I'm an Android guy. But yeah, I just started kind of taking photos of figures against a black cardboard background. And I would try to use the light from the window as much as possible, or take it outside and try to do something like that. But that was all very difficult because there's only specific times of the day where you can really get good light. So I started
It's very primitive. The sun is setting. We must get a shot.
Exactly. Yeah, I felt like Nosferatu or something, trying to avoid the light, but also trying to get it for my shot. But yeah, I mean, very rough doing that. Just trying to figure out the basics of how do I frame a photo? How do I make it look clear? Realizing that light plays a huge part of all of it. Without good light, you really can't have a clear photo. So I started learning a little bit more about lighting and different ways to light photos indoors. And I started with just buying basic desk lamps from Walmart. So like I didn't want to spend a whole lot of money on something that I wasn't very good at and just kind of getting started in. I think that's one maybe misconception people make, is that like in order to be a good toy photographer, I have to buy lume cubes and the most expensive stuff possible. Don't go do that, please. So I got like desk lamps from Walmart. I started hearing people saying using daylight bulbs for photography, which I'm a big fan of. Daylight bulbs are nice white light, because if you use fluorescent bulbs, it's more of a yellow. And I'm sure you've experienced that too, because you do toy photography as well. But started learning that the hard way, like, why does my photo always have this yellow tinge to it? Oh, it's the bulb that I'm using. So I started using white daylight bulbs, and then just kind of started building, okay, well, this is proper lighting. Now what am I going to do about a background? So I started getting extreme sets, kind of experimenting a bit. And then I decided to get a DSLR camera, because I felt like that was the missing piece. Like I did it with my phone for a while, and phone's great. I mean, I know a lot of people that use phone all the time. You can get good shots with that. But sometimes you just can't get the clarity that you want or the focus that you're really looking for in a phone. And with a DSLR, you can really modify settings a lot more. So I got a DSLR, which is a basic Nikon D3200. I recommend Nikons, especially that D. I think they're up to 35 or 3600 right now. Those are great basic starting cameras. They don't cost a lot. They usually come with 2 different lenses. And that's where I started kind of discovering what all these different settings means. Like what's ISO, what's aperture, what does shutter speed do? So I would literally just go online and type in what is ISO and read an article about what ISO does and how it modifies light. What is aperture, all this other stuff. What does shutter speed do? So I started studying those articles and then looking at YouTube videos and just tips that people had about modifying it. And you start just kind of just really experimenting, like what works, what doesn't work. Took a lot of photos that I never ended up using. But that kind of taught me just, how to properly light a shot. And then how do you filter light out of a shot? Because you can't have too much light and you can use a camera to filter that stuff out. So it was just kind of a process over time, learning different things. I think you really just have to have a passion for it where you want to learn, because you do have to kind of learn a lot about how it all comes together. But yeah, it's just been kind of a labor of love, man. Just wanting to learn more, wanting to improve my craft, talking to people in the community. The people in the toy community are so friendly, and I really haven't met a whole lot of people that are not willing to share information. You just have to kind of get over that. Hey, you're famous, or not famous, but you're Instagram famous, and I'm a little intimidated to talk to you, and I don't want to bother you, but I'd really like to know how you're doing this. So started just to talk to different people, and it was kind of, the rest is history. I've just started learning things over time. And
yeah, man. Are you still using the same Nikon?
No, recently I actually upgraded. About a year ago, I upgraded. Oh, not a year, maybe like half a year ago. I upgraded to a Sony A7 III, and I love that camera. Really, really nice camera.
That's mine right there.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think you use the same thing.
Yeah,
which
and
is great for
Mario
streaming because you have the 4K.
It's a versatile camera, but again, like you said, cameras, you can use a basic camera even if you started off from there. It's like your
you don't have to
your
have
lighting
like
and
that.
your glass.
Exactly. Yeah, I realized way later on that sometimes the glass is more important than the camera itself. Like you can have a really nice camera, but if you don't have a good lens for it, you're not really using it to its full potential, really.
To me, like upgrading your camera is like just buying a new car. It's got all the fancy features that make your life easier, but ultimately, can it get you from point A to point B safely? Which is, can you take your photo properly? Right, you can get all the new fancy cameras with, auto lighting, fast shutter speed, fast autofocus. But what we're doing, it's like it's a stationary item. You're in control of everything. How long your subject is staying there, the lighting, where it's going to be. So you don't have to get the craziest stuff.
Right.
Even if it's unless you want to, like Wi-Fi transfer of your photos to your phone to make it easier.
Oh man,
right.
That was a game changer. It seems like a small thing, but oh my god, it's so much easier that way. Because then I can do it as I'm taking shots. Like, how does that look on my phone as soon as I take it? I don't have to go all the way back to my laptop and transfer. Not to interrupt you, but man, that was a huge thing to have.
Absolutely. Run upstairs with your SD card and load it into your laptop.
Yes.
Complete game changer. For sure.
Totally agree.
Same with lights. I had like a basic IKEA lamp and I put the light bulbs in it. And then I put some tissue paper over to make the light softer. And that's what I think one of them I had an old T-shirt wrapped over it just to make the light softer.
Yeah, just as a diffuser. Yeah, man. I use piece of computer paper and I tape it over the top of the desk lamp. Or at least that's what I used to do. But yeah, you can really use anything for a diffuser. You don't have to. I see people go out and buy light boxes, which is probably super helpful, but you can kind of make that yourself, really. Okay, wow. This thing is really impressive. I can't do the hand down thing. He's way too large for that.
Come on, I did it with the Sentinel.
There you go. There's a hand down right there. But holy shit, this is really impressive. This is like an actual metal chain here too. But the horns, the flames, just so much detail. That's one thing about Legions that I was kind of missing for a long time because I never had one in hand. But just extremely detailed, and the paint apps are insane. So yeah, this is really cool. Not only that, but they just have tons of articulation.
Yeah, they do.
Articulate the legs.
We lightly teased Kyle on the last Enablers episode for holding 2 horses up on the screen. So I will now make fun of self. We're like, look, it's a grown man playing with horsies. And then I sent him that Millhouse clip from The Simpsons. It's like, I have a horsey. Nay. So, Kyle, if you're still here. Here we go.
Oh, shit.
I have a horsey. Oh my god.
Oh, you have a whole bunch of horsies. That Balius
Mythic?
that you have right there, amazing.
Yeah, I'm glad I picked it up. Haven't used it, but I'm glad I picked it up. This is McFarlane Sleepy Hollow, Headless Horseman. This thing, horse, awesome. It's beautiful. Is this a mane on a horse? Whatever follicles these are, they're all like flowing and in motion, so that'll help with your photos if your rider is chasing someone. And this is Lord of the Rings.
Nice.
With
wow.
running action.
It has actual running action.
Yeah.
You don't see that in figures anymore.
And this is the scale. So, nay.
What do you think about that new McFarlane horse? Since you showed us a McFarlane black horse, they're making another one.
I don't know if it's gonna scale 7-inch. It'll be like what, Mythic scale. So, give it a shot. It's cheap. McFarlane, if his figures aren't that great, he's making 1/12 scale cars and vehicles at retail for cheap. So go support those.
That's true.
Get the horses. Don't get a Batmo Beast because he's teasing that short lady in his office. But like the bikes are cool. So I'll look into the horse. The new Batman movie will have a motorcycle. So I'll probably get that.
Yeah.
No, man, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I hope he pays that lady well because he abuses her on stream.
Did he do it twice, or did he post the same video?
No, I think he did it the first time when he was teasing the Batmo Beast, and then when he actually had like a finished product, he used her again to show off the scale. This thing is sweet, though.
They better be like best friends or something in real life, because I feel bad for
She
her.
She probably secretly hates him.
Sick of your shit, Todd. Stop making Batmans only.
Yeah, right. Expand your reach.
I don't know if it
This is
comes across
cool, though.
on camera, but it looks like the pinks are different. Like it's a little bit darker here and brighter on the arms. And then like the paint is slightly sloppy here. But, I think this completes the team. And this does not look like Cassie, if anyone knows, in space. But it's not a terrible face like some of the other ones, so it's okay. Also, my nail is fully grown back. What's up, Mario?
Oh, nice. It's not black anymore.
Oh no, it was grown back very slowly. Toy Shiz reviewed the new Bat movie bike. Best one yet. Oh, okay. There you go.
Oh, wow. I mean, well, like you talked about, it's pretty impressive that McFarlane makes vehicles for $20, $25. I mean, nobody does that. So yeah, that is pretty amazing. That Batmo Beast, however, is I think $80 retail, which is a weird change of price.
Right.
Seems
Maybe
like pretty
there's a
extreme
lawsuit
increase.
from that lady.
Yeah, maybe. She no longer works there, but she did get a lot of money out of Todd.
Man
So
Mountain from Twitch says, I don't know what I was watching, but their Pink Ranger was 2 colors as well. Yeah, I don't know if this one was, though. But hey, Lightning Collection comes with all these access. Like, there's different effects for most Rangers.
I don't have any, but I've heard so many people say how good Hasbro does on the Lightning Collection. Are you still going to stick with Hasbro, or are you going to switch it up to Super 7 or Mezco?
I don't know that I need a Mezco Power Ranger because of the price level.
Yeah, I mean,
however, I have lied to myself before. Like, I don't need this Mezco Wolverine. I have so many Wolverines from Hasbro, and they're all decent. I don't need to spend Mezco money on a Wolverine. And then the day of, it's like, here are the accessories.
9 head sculpts, man.
Sold. Was it 9?
Yeah. I think it was 9 total, 8 or 9 total heads. It's a lot of different head sculpts. He comes with some cool swords, too.
Oh, yeah, with the horse?
Yeah.
Mythic is great, dude.
Yeah, it's top quality stuff, dude.
The Batman Beast is RC? I don't think so. Is he just making children's toys now? I don't think it's RC.
I don't think so. No. Maybe they're trying to justify the price. Yeah, you get these.
Yeah, that shield,
2 of these shields and 2 of these swords. 2? Yeah, you get. It comes with 2. So there's the other 2. But the Balius came with a sword and a shield. For some reason, Aethon comes with 2 of each. But yeah, these are sweet.
And they're quality, solid accessories. But yeah, Balius only has 1 pair. But
yeah, and then here's Aethon. I mean, Arethyr, who goes with Aethon. He's freaking. It's basically metal in a figure right here. Pretty sweet.
Star Marvel says, I forgot about that Wolverine. I think we pre-ordered it. Is it 8 months ago? Possibly. So there is that whole Mezco investment thing that has 0 returns. Well, you know what? Probably some people invest in Mezco just to go flip them. So it's a very slow and long process.
Yeah,
not the best
I feel like
investment strategy.
Right, and that's probably less lucrative nowadays, it seems, because the availability of Mezcos is a lot higher. I discovered Mezco like way back in the Dark Knight Returns Batman days, and I remember you would just do anytime there was an exclusive, you wouldn't even look at it. You just throw it in your cart and check out because you knew it was gonna be out soon, and then the value would just go like bananas. Nowadays, though, they don't sell out as quickly. Exclusives sometimes go up in value, sometimes they don't. It really depends. It seems like the standards are almost becoming harder to find. Releases like Conan or Gambit. I remember when he came out, he was really hard to find. And the exclusives are almost a little easier to find. It's weird. It's oh really? It's like it's changed a lot. Yeah. So if you don't pre-order a standard, there's a good chance you probably won't be able to find it after release, which is really weird because you'd expect that to be much more readily available.
Yeah, and then they're pretty good with their wait lists too.
Yeah.
Is there something that happened with Mezco that you're like, you were maining Mezco, but now you're just checking out more stuff? Are you just bored or just trying to expand your horizons?
Yeah, trying to expand a little bit. I felt like I got kind of very shut off in looking at anything else because I just want to only collect Mezco, and realizing there's a lot of other figures that are coming out that I probably shouldn't be ignoring. So in order to pick up another line, I'm like, okay, I got to cut back on something else. So Mezco, I still collect a lot of their stuff, but I don't pick up everything anymore like I used to. So I'm much more selective nowadays than I used to be.
Were you DC and also Rumble Society?
Yes.
Almost everything?
Yeah, a lot. I've still got all the original DC figures, so like Flash, Shazam, Batman. What else came out? That was back then. Wonder
Lantern?
Woman. Yeah, Green Lantern. I don't know if I said Black Adam.
Superman? There's a comic Superman.
Superman. Yeah, the original comic Superman I had for a long time. So I got really into it because I love those figures. So still prized possessions in my collection. I just try not to go so heavy anymore.
Reverse
I'm going to open up
Flash?
this. Yeah, I've got the regular Flash and then the reverse.
Yeah.
I'm going to do this Mayfix Gambit. I saw a couple people talking about it.
For X-Men overall, what do you collect? Like what lines?
Mayfix and Legends for
Nice.
X-Men. Yeah, I'm trying to stay away from the Mezco X-Men. I feel like Mayfix is giving me more of what I want from the Jim Lee cartoon. That's really my bread and butter when it comes to X-Men. That's how I was first exposed to them. I got really into the show when I was younger. So the Legends and the Mayfix stuff that's more classic cartoon style, like this Gambit, is what I'm after when it comes to the X-Men team.
Nice, man. Yeah, I think I had a Mezco Gambit. I sold it. I'm like, I don't really need any of these.
Yeah.
All right,
It's hard, man. I know you talk about it. You can't keep everything. Some stuff just has to go. And then people are like, why would you sell that? And it's like, well, I can't keep everything. I got to let stuff go. But sometimes it's harder, easier said than done.
Sometimes stuff just sits here, right? And it doesn't get appreciated, doesn't get played with. If I have a chance to get rid of it and use that money to buy new toys that I would be into now, that would be, why would anyone have a problem with that? Someone else who wants those figures can now have a chance to get that.
Right.
And I get money and I can go buy new stuff, right? So,
right.
We've seen our friend Mario recently go through his Marvel Legends purge, and it was 3 totes of untouched things or something like that. But like the moment you see him open it and go through it, he's like, "Ooh, Spider-Man! I'm gonna keep this.
Yeah.
Scarlet Spider! I'm gonna keep this." Like, you're not working against yourself.
Yeah, I was on that live, and you could tell as he's going through it on the live, he's like, "Maybe I should open this ahead of time." What's up, Nerdy Curious? Maybe I should have opened this ahead of time and looked at these because now I kind of want some.
Oh, Yoko is over on Twitch. How's it going, Yoko? Stuff like this.
I must have missed it. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, man, I'm just showing it.
Solid sculpting on that.
Heck yeah, man. The face looks good, too. That's very cool. And the Yellow Ranger may or may not go to my daughter. Sorry, man. What were you saying?
Oh, I was just... gosh, now I don't even remember. I don't know what I was going to say, to be honest with you. I kind of just told... Oh, yeah, I forgot that this Mayfix Gambit came with a wired coat. I didn't realize this was wired, which is actually really sweet. This is nice. I had the...
everyone... Sorry, man, go ahead.
I was going to say, I had the Mayfix Miles, and I got the coat on that one. I wasn't super impressed with the coat, so I wasn't really sure what to expect with this one, but I feel like the Gambit coat is much better quality overall.
Let me know when you put it on if it feels baggy, because if we're talking about the Mayfix Miles, the coat was good quality, but it was baggy, and the shorts were baggy too.
Yeah, I agree. actually got rid of my Mafex Miles because I picked up
Same.
the Sentinel. But I agree
Same.
with you. It was baggy. Wow, this
For people
gambit is
here
sweet.
who don't know, Nate does a podcast with Prime to the First called The Figure Booth. And they talk about things like this, letting go of some old toys that you might have to help fund your new purchases. And it's a good way to, you don't have to drop part of your income to buy new toys. Just fuels and cycles your own hobby, and it keeps going. I mentioned earlier, like, I don't really get to appreciate a lot of these figures when I open 6-7 figures in a stream. So I'm trying to cut it down to like 2 or 3 per episode and really kind of look at the figure, look at the accessories, appreciate what's there. And then, like Nate said, you have it in your head. Maybe you can take a photo. You're more focused on it. You're not all over the place because your time's limited with how much time you have for photography, and then you're just bombarding your senses with all these new toys. It messes up your inspiration, right? And your focus.
Exactly, man. Part of the inspiration comes from opening the toy. So like as I'm opening it and as I'm messing around with it, the inspiration comes from just some of those initial poses that I'm doing. This is not good.
Hands got to be behind it, man.
Whoop, there we go. I'll get this. I'm a YouTuber. This is not working out. Let's see here. Like that. There we go.
It looks pretty. Looks shiny.
Great looking figure. But yeah, you're right. I mean, that's part of the reason why I slow down on opening stuff, because as soon as I open it, I usually get inspired and will run to my setup and do some shots or something.
Yeah, like you're taking out of the box and you're checking out the articulation and checking out what kind of range you can get, right? And then you're like, oh, if I can do this, I can have them doing this pose and have them doing this and that. And then you can just keep that in mind and run right over to your table where you're shooting and just get to work.
Yeah, that's pretty much exactly how it works.
This thing is so cool. Get these energy effects.
I love those effects.
The best. And like, they reuse them sometimes, but that's cool. They're in different colors. So you can use it for, different brands and across the lines too.
Yeah, and it's pretty rare that you get, effects like that in figures, I guess rare for me because I don't collect Power Rangers. I don't know how common those are, but you don't see a lot of effects like that.
No, I think every Ranger comes with effects. Maybe even villains. I might be mistaken, but I'm certain every Power Ranger comes with some sort of effect, which is bananas. I don't know if I need to take out Yellow Ranger. I already have her. It's just the Aisha head. Oh, very curious.
I'm all about mixing and matching props, I love props for shots. So anytime I see a prop, or sometimes I'll buy a figure just for the prop, I'm like, I can use that in this type of shot, so that sometimes will fuel me buying something just because it comes with a cool prop.
What is the most expensive figure you've bought just for the accessories?
Ooh, gosh.
Hey, for me, the first thing that comes to mind is Mezco Wolverine. We just talked about it. Dude, he's got the light up Sentinel base, the slash effects.
Mm-hmm.
That's what sold me on it, which is crazy.
Yeah. I guess it didn't really fuel the purchase, but the Sentinel Miles, I really liked how it came with. It's an odd thing, but the cell phone. You just don't get cell phones very often,
right?
In figures, but he comes with that, and then that little hammer that he comes with. I don't know if that's the most expensive. I honestly, like, Marvel Select or Diamond Select, I've used to purchase a bunch of those just for the accessories because they came with so much great stuff. I like this jacket on him. I think it looks pretty good. See it? Oh, God, I'm not good at this.
It's on your beard right now, the focus.
Let's see if I can hide myself.
You need the Toy Migos t-shirt.
I need to learn. But yeah, I mean, I think the jacket looks pretty good. It's not too baggy on him. I love how you can, flare it up, as he's walking or something. It's pretty cool.
Diamond Select always had great diorama type accessories, like the Punisher with that pinball machine that he puts one of the street thugs through. The Gotham line had fireplace, desk, all of those things. They're beautiful.
Yeah, I think I've got all of those Gotham figures just for those accessories. Like the Hugo Strange came with that really cool chair. I used it as a torture chair all the time.
Those here.
Oh, really? Oh, man.
Yeah.
They're hard to find nowadays, too, unfortunately. There used to be a local shop that I'd always go to, and I basically just picked up all the Gotham stuff. I'm like, I'll just take all these Diamond Selects.
It's weird with Select, too, because they have, like, a more basic, cheaper line that doesn't have the accessories.
Mm-hmm.
And then the full, I guess, deluxe version. Because I think Westworld, I've seen ones at Walgreens which don't have the accessories, and then there's ones that come with more stuff. So that also kind of makes it difficult for people if they don't know.
Right. These are cool effects.
Are there cards in there?
This one does have 2 cards, which you can, it's a little small, but hopefully you guys can see those. No, not so much.
That's good.
I don't know. It's not working. It wants to focus on my beard. Maybe I should do it back here. And then you can't see it.
Maybe move to the side. Who knows? Oh, there it is.
There it is. But yeah, you can kind of see there's cards in there.
What about Ninja Turtles?
Oh, yeah. I didn't even mention NECA. I don't know what I'm doing. NECA is another one that I'm huge into. I love Ninja Turtles. So yeah, that's like DC is one of my big ones. But yeah, Ninja Turtles is definitely the other half of my collection. I've got a ton of Ninja Turtle stuff. Mainly NECA is what I try to focus on, but I have been picking up some of the Super 7 stuff, which is amazing because I owned a lot of the Playmates figures when I was younger, and it just feels like a recreation in 6-inch form. They just do some really incredible work at Super 7. Didn't get the party van, although I'm probably going to regret that at some point. But I was really, really tempted to get it. I love how this comes with this effect too on top of the staff. This is cool.
That's dope. I think we're pretty much like same age range generation if you're like into Turtles, into animated series, X-Men animated series. So I think there's a lot of similarities in our collections and tastes.
This is cool. So you can like twist it. Have, like, magic
and
effects.
They
that's pretty awesome.
Have the direction going if you're spinning it.
Right. No, this is cool.
Bearded Bill says I've officially switched to Super 7 Turtles. Awesome.
I can see why.
All the lines are good in their own way.
Yeah, they each offer something different, and I feel like NECA's definitely my movie figures. I've got, I think, every figure from the 1990 movie line. I love the cartoon stuff that they're doing too. And then Super 7 provided the other half that I didn't know I needed until I saw them, which is the nostalgia from the Playmates line. But yeah, those are great. Love this extra head sculpt with the light up eyes. That looks really good.
And the flowy hair.
Yeah, the hair that. Oh yeah, I realize it's a little bit different. It looks really good.
What's up, Yoko? Yeah, NECA
See why this
Turtles.
gambit's so popular.
Is it like superposable?
Yeah, it's got tons of posability. I mean, yeah, he's got the drop down legs, so you can really push his legs pretty far forward. I've got his jacket on, so it's a bit more limited, but that's one thing I love about the Mayfic stuff. Just tons of articulation, like that Hush Batman. One of my top figures of last year. It's just incredible figure, so much range. And it really inspired a lot of those. You showed one of them earlier, but I had like a series of 3 different shots. Yeah, that I just started kind of messing with him. I was like, dude, I love this pose. So I started taking a photo of it, and then it inspired some other stuff that I did. That's the diorama from 78 Points of Articulation. I've been
Who's in the
using
chat
that
right
a
now?
lot. Oh, nice. What's up, dude? Yeah, love that dio. Really, really great quality.
Oh, you got
But
the,
yeah, that kind of inspired the shot.
the styrofoam to bounce some lights there.
Yeah, taking some notes from 1/6 shooter Trevor. He's always talking about using styrofoam to bounce light, and I started trying it out more recently, and it works like a charm. Especially when you're trying to get the undershadow. You know, like a lot of the times it's hard to get lights underneath a figure to light up, you know, their body and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But if you use that styrofoam, you kind of position it underneath like that, and you got your lights that are facing down. It bounces off that and then lights the underneath of the figure, and it works a lot better than you would expect. I highly recommend that for anybody that's struggling with lighting.
What I tried to do is I 3D printed these stands, and I think they're for people to put
Oh, those are cool.
like a white construction paper, or, I don't know, white poster board here, so that you can do like product photography, things like that. You know, it's got the curve here at the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
But I just printed a smaller one and just had a single piece of poster board here.
Dude,
And then
that
it's
is
got
genius.
like a stand, right? So it can
Yes.
just oh, that's you. I can just move it around and hopefully use that to bounce. It's a little bit clunky, but at least it has feet to stand on. You don't, like if
Oh, yeah.
I saw in your video, you have foam, you're leaning against something.
Yep.
You know, I'm sure you know and everyone knows, displays are very delicate and a lot of
Yes.
stuff will fall over. So if you're
Yep.
leaning things, you know, dioramas can, you know, the walls can give out, other figures can fall down. So I printed
Oh
something
yeah,
like
it's happened
this.
multiple times actually. So I was just gonna say I would use that for sure, because I've been saying like I wish I had some type of stand or something to hold this up, because leaning against stuff like you talked about causes problems. I've knocked over an entire picture because of that.
You ever
Holy
want to
shit,
just
these are huge.
flip the whole table?
Oh man, Prime knows. There's been multiple occasions where my figure almost took flight and maybe crushed against the wall because I was so pissed from it falling over. This is pretty insane.
All right, so this is all white, so it's hard to see with all the lights there. I'm going to show your accessory.
Yeah. That is cool. I'd be a little bit worried about being able to balance the figure, because it's not super heavy, but it's big.
It's long, right? So
It
that's
is.
you have to counterbalance something like that when you're posing it.
Right. Or at least have a stand, maybe try to hide it under his jacket, maybe.
While there are still a lot of people here right now, I want to shout out the toy photo challenge. Nate is a great photographer, so it's the perfect time to talk about this. If you're on Instagram, post a Spider-Man themed toy photo, be it Lego or a statue, you know, 1/6, 1/12, 1/18, doesn't matter, and put hashtag enabler_arachnid, and the enablers will look at this on the next episode, which is February 4th, the next enablers episode. And you know, if you're into Star Wars and Star Wars toys, tomorrow night 9 p.m. Paul, myself, Yoko, Ernie will be talking about the book of Boba Fett here on this channel, wherever
Nice.
you're watching this right now. So don't forget to check it out. But this week's figure booth, I'm not going to go in depth because people should go listen to it. But you and Prime cover budgeting with with the holidays around, and now it's a new year. Just having a toy budget for your hobby.
Yeah.
So you don't have surprises. Also, for me, the most important part that spoke to me was staying focused on my collection. That Cosmic Legions, dude, when that was released, talking to Prime, talking to Mike, talking to Mario. Of course, Mario, shoot, I don't want to say this, but he's quite the enabler, because he's like, he sees something, he's like, oh, hell yeah, I'll take two.
Yeah, that's
Something
dope.
like that. Right? So I'm sitting there, and of course, these are amazing figures. Everything looks beautiful. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to go in on the whole thing. And I want everything. But then really looking at him, like, where am I going to put this? I'm out of space here. And it's a
tough, man.
decent sum of money. So I'll probably just get that one main female looking alien, because CJ makes that nice wired poncho for it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's easy to fall into that hype when you're, again, this is an enabler speaking, but just to get sucked in, really be in the moment, and you kind of lose focus.
Very, very hard to stay focused. A lot easier said than done. I don't always practice what I preach on that show.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of those things that I strive to be more focused, because I also feel like I'm getting a little flooded with my figure collection, and there's a lot of figures that just don't see the light of day for a while, and it's like, it really shouldn't be like that. I should be appreciating my collection a bit more. So I'm trying to stay focused, and one of those things that helps me do that is to create a budget, something that I'm like a goal for the month. Like, I will not spend more than this on figures. Or even if it's not like I don't know, if people don't want to look at it from a budget standpoint, maybe just how many figures do I want to acquire this month? Like, have a goal. Like, I won't pick up more than 3 figures this month, or something like that. That can that can be also very difficult, but just trying to have some kind of goal, that way it's just not totally open-ended. I feel like I'm trying to control it a little bit,
I used to have a spreadsheet where I would track my purchases and my sales, and then kind of have like a net expenditure at the end, just to see where I'm at. Usually by like April, I've abandoned the spreadsheet.
God. It's scary. Yeah. When you start tallying up the numbers and you start really seeing how much you've spent on plastic action figures, you're like, holy shit, that's a lot of money.
Yeah, man.
So it's hard to do, though. Like I said, easier said than done. We're all in the game of collecting, and right now is amazing time to be a toy collector, because there's just tons of great stuff coming out, like literally every single month. And there's a lot of FOMO too. Like, maybe I wasn't really interested in this, but the fact that I see everybody else saying so many positive things about it, now I kind of just want to pick it up, because I'm afraid I might be able to find it later on. But it's one of those things, like, if I saw the figure go up for solicitation, did I have original interest in it at all? Or am I just seeing people in hand and posting about it that's really driving me to want it? You know what I mean? Like, do I have genuine interest, or is it only because it's popular?
You guys talk about stuff like that, the FOMO all the time. And of course, it's like, oh, seeing someone on social media get it first. And you're like, you want it. Sometimes it's to drive to post that picture first, that you have it in hand. And every time that comes up, I'm like, I'm feeling slightly attacked here. But I'm like, okay, so if I'm feeling that way, maybe I am guilty of that, right? There's a reason I feel that way. So it is cool to get the new stuff. But, like people doing reviews on YouTube, it's like, not everyone does it, but some people definitely spend the extra money to get something new from overseas that's not
Oh,
out
yeah.
here yet. And you know what?
Sure.
It works if you're making that video and the returns are there, right? It's getting the views,
Yes.
it's helping. I understand that. That's may not be everyone's motivation, but for me that would be like the main reason to do that. So like that whole race to get the new stuff, like the channel isn't like that. And I think I'm having more fun doing unboxing and chatting with collectors and opening stuff. I can still review something while I'm here if I'm paying attention.
Yeah, and I think that's important though, because as a toy reviewer, like I'm not a toy reviewer, but I can totally see why you might race to pick up a figure because you want to be the first one that says something about it. You know, that's what generates views. That's what brings people to your channel because you're the first one that gets it. So, yeah, I can see why that could be kind of a struggle, you know, a vicious cycle where you're like, I want to be focused, but I also want to be the first guy that has this figure in hand so that people come to my channel to check out my review.
Yeah. And you know, there's benefits to being the first person doing it. There's benefits of getting it when you can, and just trying to remember that the people who are following your channel, who are going to your videos, whether you get it first or last, there are a portion of them who are there because they want to hear your opinion on it. So
Exactly.
keep that in mind, I guess. I don't
No,
know
I
if
think
Rachel's still here.
That's really important. Oh wow, that thing looks crazy.
For like
I love the
$20.
colors. Yeah. $20?
Yeah, it was on clearance. On clearance here in Canada, it was 65, which is probably like 50 something, mid 50s. And I knew there was no way that clearance would ever get so low, so I imported it from EE. And this thing is insane.
It looks
There's a lot
more
of
like
zip ties.
more than $20. That's for sure.
I figured $20 big ass robot with accessories, you can't go wrong. So
No.
I do it. And I'm not even a fan of Zeo. I haven't watched a lot of it because I finished at Mighty Morphin, and then to go back to watch something from decades ago, it's, you know, it doesn't stand the test of time. Also, the target at that time were people a lot younger, so it's not really the embittered older fans that we are now, right? So it doesn't really relate that much. But
I think it's a
yeah,
lot of things though. Like if I go back and try to watch the old TMNT cartoon, it definitely does not stand the test of time. Maybe
Nope,
the first
I haven't
few
touched it.
episodes. But yeah, once you start getting further into the seasons, you're like, wow, this is not that great. But
I
it's
wanna
the
watch
nostalgia that really brings you back.
those final seasons when they start getting darker and it goes to, I think there's more aliens.
Yeah, and they start going into Dimension X and the neutrinos show up and all that other stuff. Yeah. What's up, Rick? Art with Toys. How's it going on?
What's going on? TMNT cartoons were always bad.
Hey, when I was a kid, I loved it. But as an adult, I'm like, okay, a lot of this doesn't really make a whole lot of sense.
Yeah, the humor just isn't for us at that point.
Like you said, it's made for kids.
Yeah. Yeah, and I always struggle with that, and I have to remember. And then The Amazing was like, I'm like, you know, watching old Power Rangers, I'm like, why did they do this? This doesn't make sense. Where's the explanation for this? Why would you call out all the Zords individually when you know you're going to combine them and fight them? He's like, Kevin, this show isn't for you. I'm like, you're right. Damn, I keep forgetting that. So you just have to keep that in mind.
Yeah, you have to take it for what it is, you know. Don't try to analyze it too much, otherwise you might end up hating it.
Exactly. If you're in the chat, check out the Figure Booth on Spotify, wherever you check your podcasts. Every Sunday, new episodes.
Right.
And I try to catch it whenever I have a long drive somewhere. But there's a lot of great topics and discussions on there, and I think it can the discussion is there, and it can help you make some decisions and kind of, in a way, guide you in this hobby.
That's awesome to
But
hear. I hope it helps people like that, because we really try to make an effort to do different topics and not, focus on the same thing all the time. Like, okay, what's something we could talk about? Toy community, or, the budget stuff, or, haters. We did a whole episode on dealing with haters, and just, things that I think a lot of people in the community probably are dealing with on a daily basis. But, this is my interpretation. This is what I'm dealing with. Maybe you can relate to it. Hopefully it helps you. But we're always open to new topics. So if there's anybody listening that wants us to cover a certain topic, let us know. And then we also do our Motivation Monday lives. So took a little bit of break during the holidays, but getting back full force. We'll have another new regular podcast episode this Sunday.
nice.
So I have switched to the Casino La Cucaracha.
Did you check out the 5-point stuff yet? In that set?
I have not.
I know you didn't check out Gomez.
No, I have not. The pink skulls right here.
That's
We'll
the
open
one.
those up.
I
I really like the
Here we
5-point
go.
stuff, actually.
They are surprisingly decent. I have
Yes.
the other Gomez's, and I've been getting
Yeah.
into the reaction stuff, and it's a cool look on his shelf. Seeing a whole team of smaller figures together.
I agree. And I was really into the Kenner Batman stuff, Toy Biz, Superpowers. So it kind of scratches that itch for me, because I don't really collect a whole lot of modern 1/18 stuff. But 5 points feels like that when I was a kid, kind of like that same feeling. And they're just really good quality, great paint apps, awesome accessories. I missed
one
out
came
on
with
the
a
PSCC.
diorama.
Yeah, this one's crazy. I missed out on PSCC when they first went out, so this is my only real version of PSCC. Is the 5 points. Maybe they'll do another one. I'm hoping they're going to do like a PSCC in space or something like that, because they teased that in one of the comics one time.
Yeah, that goes back to figure booth stuff. I had
Yeah,
PSCC, Pimp Squad Click.
there's that dial.
I've had it since I sold it last year, but I had it since it came out. Never opened it. I didn't have a reason to shoot it. I couldn't think of anything, but I could say I have it. Like I'm like, oh yeah, I have that. That's cool.
Yeah,
B, the jackets are so dope.
they are.
Right? They look really good. I've seen all the pictures, and I considered keeping one and selling the other two. And then people were like, "Yo, it's worth like, this however many dollars is this stupid amount of money." And I'm like, "Are you serious?" It's just sitting here. I didn't buy it as an investment. I just never got to it. Is that motor oil?
No, it's a beer.
Nice.
We have a local. I live in Arizona. There's a local brewery called Santan. If you're ever local to Arizona, I definitely recommend checking out their beer.
Cheers. Hey, we
Thank you.
have Nico Hodge in the house.
What's up,
Doing some
Nico?
killer stuff with the customs and the paintwork. Go check him out on IG.
There's a lot
yeah,
of
so I ended up
awesome
selling,
people in the chat.
Yeah, a lot of great guys here and gals. But yeah, sold Pimp Squad Click, and any regrets? No, it would have been the same as now. I haven't touched it, but now I have 5 points one, and they're cool. And
Yeah.
maybe they'll release another one.
And I think it's really hard for people to let things go that they know are highly sought after, something like the PSCC. But if you aren't using it and it's just been sitting in a box, there's really no reason. Like, I'm trying to get away from that too. And you made a joke with me in our DMs. You're like, "Hey, you have anything that's older than 6 months? That it's been sitting in a box?" Because that's kind of like a new rule. If I have not touched it in 6 months, it should probably go up for sale pretty soon, unless I'm specifically trying to save it for whatever reason. I should probably sell it because it's just sitting in a box, and I know somebody else out there probably wants it more than me, and I can make some money where I'm not breaking my budget, and I can use that money to buy something else that I know that I do want. Okay,
all
these are
ties together,
really,
listeners.
these are freaking awesome, actually.
Dude, there's accessories. There's a diorama. It's a nice, quick substitute if you don't have the regular 1/12 ones.
I can't get this hand thing right. I'm sorry. It's just
Somebody
not
get this
working
man a
out for me.
t-shirt. Get him some new hands.
Yeah, seriously, my hands either aren't big enough or something is going on. But yeah, I mean, comes with knives. He's got this board with that is sweet. Does it have a lot of articulation too? Or how
For what it
articulated
is?
I should say.
Which one is it? Oh, the swords.
I mean, for $20, that's a solid buy, I would say, especially
can
for a
get 90
Rangers fan
degree.
like yourself.
On the elbow right here. Badass sword. Oh, I almost poked myself in the eye live on stream. That would have been bad. I have...
Yeah, Gonzo, my hands are broken. I'm sorry. I can't line this up correctly. Here we go. Molotov cocktail. That's sweet.
Oh, yeah. What's up, Kirby Kai? Nate's camera is a dick. Let's go down legendary poser.
It really likes
I
my
have a
beard and
similar
not
rule.
any of the other things I'm trying to show off.
What's that?
I said the camera really likes my beard, but nothing that I'm trying to show off.
I mean, that's fair.
Get this little tiny knife.
What I was saying was I kind of have a similar problem with graphic tees or t-shirts in general, where I have too many.
Mm-hmm.
So what I try to do is at the beginning of the year, I turn it, if you have a closet with a bar like this, you just kind of hang them on, right? So I turn them the other way. And at the end of the year, or however, if you want to do 6 months, you have shirts that are still facing the other way. Like, you haven't worn them. You don't really need them.
There you go.
Get rid of
That's
them. Make
smart.
some space.
Some kind of organization system that tells you, I have not used that shirt in a long time.
Or the layers of dust. Oh,
Yeah,
yes,
layers of
rings.
dust. If I have to dust off a shirt before you put it on, maybe just get rid of that shirt. But I like how all these PSCC have different heads too.
Yeah, man.
God damn it. Focus. Please. No, not going to do it. Cool.
Are you too close?
Maybe I am.
Or do you need to go closer?
Let's try even closer. That work? Yeah, that
I
works.
think that's good. It's hunting. I see it. It's hunting for you. Or the figure. Yeah, you had it at the end.
Okay. We got the chain.
Yep, right there.
See, the thing is, I'm blocking my face when I'm doing that, so I can't see where my hand is landing. Oh, yeah. Prime says, nice shirt. I wish I had one. Yeah, I got to shout it out. Figure Booth
Plug.
shirt made by the one and only Adam Gons, who's in the chat. Me and Prime as figures. Oops, let me stand up. There we go. And you guys
That's
can
awesome.
find that on thefigurebooth.com. We actually added a few different shirts, some new ones. Spreading Rumors and Starting Beef. Plastic Confessions. We've got Gonzo's shirt. We've got another shirt that was designed by Action Figure Neverland. His name's Brian. We've got some Prime shirts on there. So yeah, go check out thefigurebooth.com if you guys want your own Figure Booth shirt. We would really appreciate it.
Sweet. I'll add that to the links below. Hand rookie. First time with hand, Nate?
I'm definitely a hand rookie, Mario. I'm not nearly as, Mario has like a whole like thing that is. He's like,
You gotta flick it.
he just does it real quick. I can't even do it.
Shout outs to Gonzo, the thumbnail goat. Although he's been starting some beasts of his own today. I don't know if
Love how this
Mr.
one has the
Jones is
middle
still in the
finger.
chat.
That's cool.
Are all these helmets? Like, are these different guns that go on his head?
I just realized you can take their heads off. I did not know you could take their heads off.
Wait,
Their
what?
heads come off. Yeah. So you
Is
can
that
swap
just
their
brute
heads off.
strength, or is it supposed to?
No, it just it popped right out. I think they're made so that you can swap the heads if you want.
I think you're
Yeah,
getting
just-
the hang of it.
Just popped right off. That is cool. Oh, and the Skull Crusher bat. That is awesome.
Do you see yourself doing any shots with this set? Wait, what is this? What kind of hand is this? What is this?
I'm all backwards, Kevin. I'm all backwards. You're making me nervous. Here we go. Skull Crusher bat. That's cool. So you asked if I was going to do shots. I actually have done some 1/18 shots. I have a Toy Biz Bat Cave that I'll break out every once in a while. You know, the old one with the rotating bat suit, and it's got the computer, and there's a garage, and if you flip it around, it's the front of the Wayne Manor.
Oh, that one. Yes.
Yeah, you can kind of open it up. So I've used that quite a few times actually for Batman shots. If you look way down on my feed, you'll probably see a couple of them. And there was one shot that I mixed in a 5 Points Gomez into, and it was almost like Batman bringing Mr. Gomez into the Batcave. Like, hey, which new bat design do you want to do? Here's all my suits, type of thing. Oh yeah, that I love that photo.
That
Randomly kind of just came to me.
Batcave is killer.
I love that Batcave. I use it all the time. It's extremely fun.
The one you mentioned, I think they released it like 3-4 times for different movies, just with
They
different
did.
paint on it. But it's a great
Yep,
set too.
you're
It's
right.
just a weird size for me.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely not something I use a whole lot of. But I used to, I mean, you have to probably go way down on my feed to find it. But yeah, I did use it a few times for some 1/18 shots.
Ladies and gentlemen, these are some killer pics.
Thanks a lot, man.
So
There's that torture chair
Definitely
from
give him
Hugo
a follow.
Strange. Right there with Batman.
is that the chair?
That's how, yeah, that's the chair. And I just used, so I've got these comic Superman. He came with some chains so he can break
Mezco?
himself out of the chains.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're articulated. So you can use them to kind of hold a figure. You know, they don't connect on the back, but you can't tell with that shot. And then the NECA Splinter came with some hand chains. So I put those on Batman for that shot. And then the Gotham by Gaslight Joker. I love the idea of Joker just having fun with Batman in the chair as he's about ready to torture him.
That's a killer Mezco Joker. Papa Schmitty says that's the single ladies hand. If you hold it upside down.
Okay. Upside down like that.
And yeah, I mean,
But yeah,
the
this
Super
is a
7
cool set.
turtles.
I'm not going to build the Dio. Yeah, there you go. There's Super 7 Leo. The best turtle.
If you want, sure.
I know everybody's like, dude, are you a cop or something? Why do you like Leo? I'm just like, I like Leo. I don't know. I was always
I like
attracted to
cops.
the leaders when I was a kid. And yeah, he might be the lame turtle that's always trying to follow the rules, but I think he's a badass.
I'm into
He's definitely the
leaders.
best fighter amongst the brothers. But I'm also a huge Donnie fan.
Are these heads? Is Chris still here?
That looks like a tank head or something.
Hawk.
Maybe does it go on his hand? Possibly. Oh, there you go. That works.
This is weird.
I don't know if it's meant for that, but it fit almost perfectly.
Is it this way?
Yeah, these are cool.
Somebody help
There
me
you go.
out.
Yeah, there. He's got. It looks like because you can still see his face. I think that's you got it right.
What about this one? I don't know. All right, whatever. $20.
Hey, I think it
this
works
is gorgeous.
for $20. That's a great buy, I would say, especially for a Power Rangers fan. Yeah, I like it.
You see how that just locked in the focus there?
Just bam. I know that was like so quick, and I'm sitting here stumbling for 5 minutes.
A73. All right, we have Team Raph in the chat. We have Bearded Builds.
Oh,
And McButter Golem. Heck yeah.
bearded. I told him I'd say bearded many, many times, so his wife hopefully hears me say it. But you're
Mr.
wrong, bearded.
Shout outs to Bearded Builds for this
Yeah, that thing is awesome. It looks
lovely
legit.
logo.
I love how
sick.
you have Sentinel holding it, by the way.
Oh, absolutely. There's nowhere else to put it.
Yeah.
And I have to have it here. It would be disrespectful of Peter and this amazing piece of art to not.
It really came out great, though. I mean, really nice piece.
It's crazy.
I hope we see some of these. I'm opening these stickers now. I hope we see some of these characters, like Jeff O'Ray.
Mhm.
I have looked at some of these before, but this is one that I know Mario would be getting in a heartbeat. The 10. This would end up in the waifu channel. Yeah, I know Kevin mentioned it earlier, but if you guys aren't part of the Enablers Discord, there's a lot of great chats that go on there, especially in that waifu channel. And
The most poppin'est channel.
yeah, seriously, that channel pops off all day long. But yeah, if you don't want to miss out on releases, they share a lot of the release info. So definitely recommend the Discord. I've been part of the Figure
Mario would be
Collectors
into that.
Discord. Killer Queen Bee, I could see this being a Mario figure for sure. I'm partial to One-Eyed Jack. I think One-Eyed Jack looks really cool. I would love
hell
to
yeah.
see this in the Rumble Society. Come on, don't look
I'll
at me.
take two.
Stop looking at me. Here we go.
Would you buy all of these in the 112 collective?
Stop talking about staying focused. God,
Stay on target.
I don't know, man. I would be really tempted, that's for sure. I think what I won't be able to say no to is probably the expanded Hazard Squad. So like the Death Adder guy.
Right.
I like the Dippodamus. That's the one that I voted for. The rat. He's really cool. This is really premium card set. I'm kind of surprised. Like this is like a
Oh, the playing cards?
hard 10. Yeah.
Isn't there a code in there or something too?
Yeah, you might be right.
Wait. Let me just. Fabio. Mezco. He's supposed to show up.
Oh, did
Maybe there's a lag.
Fobster? Did he join?
Yes.
There you go. There's the code.
There it is.
Yeah, I'm not going to open these up, but these are cool.
I don't know how to open Black Series figures. Are you into Star Wars?
I love Star Wars. I'm a huge fan of the movies. I love The Mandalorian. I've been watching Book of Boba Fett. I'm still not caught up with the third episode, but I don't collect any of the figures. It's just one of those things. I can't go down that rabbit hole because I know if I get one, I think I have the Black Series Mandalorian, but that's probably the only one that I actually own.
Do you not have any urge to shoot them or do like Star Wars shots?
I mean, I do, but for a long time, I was trying to stay very focused with the Turtles and the DC stuff. And I just feel like if I start shooting Black Series, it's going to make me want to get more of them. And that's just another rabbit hole I can't go down.
Yoko said you can't go down that Sarlacc pit.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
feel like that was an easy one. Loki says,
I know,
I didn't
I
realize
missed
until
that.
now, but Nate looks like he could be Reed Richards.
Hey, I'll take that. I'll be Mr. Fantastic.
Is Prime Doom? Or is he...
Do we want to give him credit for being Doom? I mean, that's a pretty cool role.
No, he can
I
be
guess I'll let
Sue.
you guys decide.
He can be Sue.
I'm biased. Okay, that works.
This is the Remnant Trooper. They have
I love
scuffed
how that's all
armor.
dirtied up. Yeah.
Yeah, and I've seen some people point this out. They're all dirtied up in the same spots.
Oh, okay. Well,
But I mean, unless you're standing them side by side, I don't think anyone is going to look at photos and be like, yeah, the Stormtrooper's been through the same shit as the other one. Like, that's okay with me.
yeah,
$14.99. These
small.
you can't go wrong.
The fact that they already come dirtied up, you don't have to do a whole lot like with black wash or customizing it yourself. No. Wow.
There's some color here that looks like a toasty marshmallow around.
Mm-hmm. There you go. Damn, so much stuff in here
That
already.
whole tray's gonna fall out.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to hold it just so it doesn't topple over. Actually, brought in
Belay says, I'm getting rid of my Black Series figures at this point. Marcus Yee says Prime could be Thing. Toy Malarkey says Prime
There
is
you go.
Mole Man.
Oh, poor Prime.
It's gone so
Doom
good a draw.
to the first. Oh, there you go. I like that.
Doom to the first
That's
sounds
cool.
badass.
That is pretty awesome.
Because of the Doom part. Add glasses on the Reed Richards from the Super Skrull Wave and boom, 112 Nate. Okay.
There you go. I got the beard for it.
There are a crap ton of accessories in that Gomez. Maybe I should open mine too and really look at it. That's one of the ones where I really didn't fully appreciate it. But speaking of Mezco, 112th day was yesterday. There was a East Coast midnight drop. I thought something was wrong with my internet or I had a virus because it seems like everyone's getting hacked on IG lately. So I was worried. I was playing Call of Duty and I was looking at my phone and it was like this site's not loading. Didn't work in either of my phones. But
oh, you're not alone there, man. It wasn't working for anyone.
Yeah, and then I saw Discord after people were like, "No, it's down." They were waiting for 1:12 a.m. But you got the new Orlok? Is that his name?
Yeah, the Nosferatu, the Symphony of Horror. It is Orlok, though. You're right.
Right.
So I was there too, waiting for him to go live. Couldn't get in. Waited around for like a good 45 minutes. Gave up. And then realized about 15 or maybe 20 minutes later after I gave up, he went live and then sold out in about 10 minutes. So I rechecked the Discord before I went to sleep. Saw that he'd gone up, went onto the site, saw that I'd missed him. So I put in a wait list. And then the next day, that wait list actually converted. So I've been moved to the pre-order queue, which is pretty awesome because I really like Nosferatu is another one of those really great figures.
Do you have the regular Nosferatu?
This Mezco is fire. This thing is sweet. I love the suit. Come on, focus. Damn you. I had it a second ago.
Let me show you.
Bam, instantly. I love his suit. That's really nice.
It's gorgeous, man. I feel really like if I had looked at this in detail, this probably would have made my top 5 list last week.
Yeah.
My bad.
I'm a huge Bond fan too, so this kind of scratches 2 different itches for me.
Oh, I forgot his boot has the pokey poke. His right boot.
Yeah, that is awesome. That is really cool.
That is amazing detail.
I know, that's insane. Be
Who's your
afraid to
favorite Bond?
break that. Are we talking about? I guess Daniel Craig's probably my favorite Bond. Casino Royale is one of my top movies. I think they just really nailed that movie. Classic Bonds, definitely Sean Connery. He just screams Bond to me. Anytime I think of Bond, I think he's definitely one of the best. Timothy Dalton, though, I really liked him. Even though he didn't really get to hang around too long, he did get to drive the DeLorean, which is one of my favorite cars. I loved how they used
George
that.
Lazenby.
Yeah, right. He was what, in one Bond?
One.
George? Yeah. Roger Moore, maybe one of my least favorites. I know he's a classic Bond, but when I think of all the other actors that have played Bond, one of my least favorites. And then Pierce Brosnan, I can't forget him. GoldenEye is another one of my favorite movies.
I think Roger Moore is a great Bond, but maybe just a victim of the campiness of that era of movies.
Yeah,
but
that's a great way of saying it.
He's great.
His movies all feel very campy, very kind of cheesy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a great way of saying it.
Big shout outs to Captain Wrecked, who became a YouTube channel member here. Welcome to the Butter Nation, Captain Wrecked. Hope things are going good with you, and thank you for joining and tuning into the stream.
Grumps says, "Don't break that shoe knife." Did you break it, Grumps?
Well, Torrensu says fragile too, so I just slid it back and I'm never touching it again.
Yeah, I'm never gonna let that thing come out again now.
When I think of Sean Connery Bond, that scene in Thunderball when he's at the baccarat table.
Yes.
The cigarette in his mouth, that classic. That is the old school iconic Bond. There was a good few years where I was trying to not get this portrait. I saw someone do a portrait tattoo of that Sean Connery on their leg, and I had to talk myself out of it. Like it's that good.
Yeah, actually Thunderball reminds me a lot of Casino Royale, and that might be why I love it so much, because it's just it's hanging around a casino most of the movie, and Bond just looks like a badass when he's playing poker, and yeah, it's just classic kind of Bond. I love these sunglasses too. These are sweet.
I forgot he had those. Whoops.
And that's the cool thing about that is you could use that for any Gomez. Like I was actually working on a pose for Street right now. I had them in a different pose, but you could probably put these on Street. Let me see.
When I did this video for... Oh, sweet. Perfect.
That looks great.
My last video with Brian Flynn from Super 7, I'm like, do you like Bond? He's like, yeah, I'm a Bond fan. And I've always had this thing in my mind that, like, you know how Super 7 does each wave, you get a main character and some A, and then like B-list, C-list, whatever. But if you did every wave as like a Bond movie, you get your main Bond in whatever iconic suit you get in that one, and then you get the main villain.
Please,
henchman, and I don't know if you would do a Bond girl. Like Bond girls are essential, but I don't know how action figure wise that would work.
There's really not one Bond girl that really stands out, so I can see what you mean. It's like, how do you choose which Bond girl to do, and then what are you actually gonna, from an action figure perspective, what are you gonna do with that?
And the fact that Super 7 Ultimates has all the accessories, it's like Bond is all accessories. So,
yeah,
I thought it was a good model for it. One can only...
Yeah, God, I hope Super 7 doesn't do that. Talking about trying to stay focused. Jesus, that would be a dangerous...
Give you more stuff to talk about on Figure Booth.
There you go. This gun is really cool.
Sweet.
The silencer comes off. The clip comes out. You can take the clip out. It's got the. Is that Posner? Yeah, it is.
If they ever reboot Bond,
the
I'd love to
posable
see
gun
them set
slide.
in a time the novels are set in. Spy period. Oh, that'd be cool.
That would be cool, actually. Wow, that's a really cool gun.
This is almost... Oh, I have it right here on the box from the last time I opened it.
That gun is sweet. They don't make a whole lot of them that have the articulated slide anymore, but that one does, which makes it feel a lot more premium. These grenades are cool.
Speaking of Mezcos that I didn't appreciate, I loved my Punishers. Like, those were some of the best Mezcos, especially when they first came out. Like, all the accessories that they came with. You know, the boots weren't the best for articulation, but they're fantastic. And I had two, and I haven't touched them for years. So I finally was just like, I'll throw it up. Somebody buys it. They can appreciate it.
Somebody's definitely going to buy that.
Yeah, Kirby Kai. I don't know if he's still in the chat, but he's grabbed it. And I'm like, hey, man, it's going to someone who's going to enjoy it and take photos with it. You're doing more with it than I did. So
yeah,
I just had to make that jump. Sometimes you just got to throw it up. And if someone buys it. It's just opening the floodgates. You have to get over that mentality of whatever it is. It's all in your head. Like with
it really is.
Black Series. Remember, the Black Series boxes are all numbered on the side. And I used to buy every single one. And to a point where, like, I don't even care about some of these characters. Am I just buying them to have the numbers in line?
Right.
So I took the first step to sell the Black Series Darth Maul, even though it's not numbered, but I have all of those original ones because I got the SHF. So once I sold it, I'm like, oh, well, my collection's not perfect now, so I might as well start selling more. And then, like, once I got over that mental block, you know, you can kind of, you don't have to collect like that. And going forward, I don't have to buy every single one. I don't have to buy it to chase numbers for my OCD. Like, what am I displaying boxes? Sorry, Ernie, but that's not my thing.
No, I hear you, man. Like you said, you just have to get over the mental hurdle of the fact that it's maybe something that's rare and will be hard to find again. But if you're not getting any use out of it, and like you said, somebody else can use that and appreciate it. You got your appreciation of it. You said you really liked it. I think it's really hard for people to get over that hurdle. Like, oh, I sold something that was valuable. It's okay. It's going to happen probably in the future too. This is cool.
Oh, yeah. This is the box. For the Bond fans, look at this artwork.
Yeah, that is awesome. Classic Bond.
It's a tin. Agent Gomez on the back. Man, see, I really feel bad that I didn't get to delve into this set. You're the perfect person here to walk me through this and shame me.
Good. I will make sure to shame you more and more.
What are some things?
Cool.
What are some things that you see for Figure Booth going forward, even this year?
More guests. We want to have more guests. We really enjoyed the guests that we have had. For anybody that's missed it, we had Just Jay Hernandez on. We've had Unparalleled Universe. We had Plasty.
Mario.
Gosh, I know him. Mario. Yes, sorry. I know he's going to hate me for that. We already have beef, so that's the reason. But yeah, I want to do more guests, more of that. That's been really fun. We had Jason B. Michael. Gosh, man, I could pick that guy's brain for hours about toy photography. He is just so knowledgeable and just has such a unique perspective. But yeah, Jason B. Michael is great. So having more interviews for sure. And really just kind of doing more of the same. I'm trying to think of more interesting topics. That first year, I had just like me and Prime had just a list of stuff that we already knew that we wanted to talk about. Like, okay, we're going to do an episode on this. We're going to do an episode on this. We're going to do an episode on this. We had it like planned for like 30 episodes. And then we still have, stuff in the pipes, but we've kind of gone through a lot of the major things that I wanted to really talk about. So really just trying to figure out, okay, what else can I offer that we haven't talked about already that people are going to actually be interested in. But we're having a lot of fun with it, man. It's a great time.
Like the guests that I've had on, there's a lot of different things to talk about in this hobby, right? So you can have, I don't know how many shows going forward. You'll have something to talk about. If it's collecting, if it's dioramas, budgeting, not many people talk about things like that. So
Yeah.
it's pretty cool.
Well, I appreciate that. I get afraid with topics like budgeting, like I'm just going to alienate people. Like, oh, this isn't fun. I don't want to talk about not buying figures, but I just feel like it's something that needs to be talked about and doesn't get talked about very often, and it affects all of us.
Captain Rex says, not gonna lie, I'm a total noob to the toy game. As a collector here and there, like I got a Batmobile, Batman diecast for Christmas that I have no idea, but I like it. You like it. That's all that's important. And then once you learn about the 5,000 toy lines out there, that's when you have problems, man.
Yep, that is so true. But having fun is the most important part. If you start not having fun, then that's a warning sign. Yeah, and sometimes feeling like you're collecting too much kind of takes the fun out of it, because then it just becomes stressful. Man, I got too much shit. Like, what am I going to do with all this shit? That becomes very stressful for me, and that's one of the reasons why I keep talking about it on the podcast. Is like staying focused and having a goal for your collection. What is it that you really want to collect? Don't just go and saying that you're going to collect anything, because that's a very dangerous road to play. But have something like a goal in mind. Like, I want to collect all of these, or I want to have these types of figures. And get stuff that really interests you. Don't get stuff that's popular or people are talking about, which can, create a lot of FOMO. I'm not getting this. I'm going to miss out on it, and I'm going to regret it. But if you don't have genuine interest, that's what you really need. Like, for me, that's what I really try to pay attention to. Do I have any genuine interest in this? Or is it just the FOMO that's speaking?
Like, you should still look at people who are talking about this stuff, because you'll be open to new stuff.
Yeah.
Like, you've, gotten into Mythic. But while you're listening to that, is, like Nate said, really focus on, hey, is this just the amazing working his powers on me, his god tier enabler powers on me, or do I actually like this property, or do I actually need this figure? Do I have a place for it in my collection? Stuff like that. Well, you don't have to do that, but there are things to keep in mind.
Exactly. Hey, what's up, Trevor? What's going on, 1-6 Shooter?
1-6 Shooter in the house.
I was just talking about you earlier, enabling me to get into Legions.
He was also very nice and sent me a Mythic Legion figure, and I really think I don't want to seem ungrateful, because I definitely am, and it's an awesome figure, because he saw that I got the Balius and he sent me a knight to go with it. I do feel like he was trying to like enable me, to get me hooked.
I mean, his pictures do enough enabling, but getting a figure in the mail, I mean, that will really help.
Trevor's like, how hard do I gotta work?
Yeah, Sir Owain or something like that. I really want him. He's like a silver knight.
Which line is that?
Mythic Legions.
No, like there's different waves though, right? Oh, sorry, waves.
Gosh, I don't know. He'll probably be able to tell you better than I will. I don't know which wave that's from. I love these effects that you can put in his watch.
Yes,
those are cool.
The Hazard Gomez has something like that, right?
Yeah, it has like that wrist thing. Works a little bit different, but kind of the same concept. Yeah, you're right. But that's cool, because you can put like the flame effects in there and have them burn somebody.
Loki says, I have Bayformers that I can't let go. I don't even like them anymore. It's the collection that my 12-year-old self dreamed about, but not my 23-year-old me anymore. And that's a tough one too. I don't know if those are worth anything. I don't know if it would be worth it for you to sell all of them, maybe a little bit cheaper, but you're making space and making money to go get some new toys that will bring you joy. Like you're saying, you don't even really 23-year-old you doesn't really fancy them anymore.
Yeah.
Trevor says the first one's free. Kirby Kai, it's all nostalgia for me. How much I want Legions, Plunderlings, or the other lines. I just can't do it. They look awesome, but I just don't have a connection to them. And that's fair.
Yeah. I think you need to pay attention to that. If you don't have a genuine connection to it, then you're going to get it in hand and maybe feel like, why did I get this? I'm not really too sure.
There are enough toy lines out there for everyone.
Yes. There's so much. I was talking about it earlier. This is like the golden age of collecting, man. There's so much good stuff coming out literally all the time that you can really get anything. Yeah, there you go. Sir Owain, that's it. All Stars 4. Okay. I really want him. He's a really cool figure.
He's badass. Shout outs to eCollectibles here in Canada. These prices are in Canadian, as you can see, but they also ship to the US. It's like $20 Canadian flat rate shipping. So you can, there's people, I think Nathan's Toy Nation couldn't find some Mythic Legions, and I recommended him to go here. He grabbed a few, and they shipped to the US. So they've still got some stuff in stock. They had 15% off at Boxing Day, which is non-existent in America, as I hear. But dude, I was so close to getting this troll.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't need this. Where's this gonna go?
I was watching your Enabler stream when you guys were at DesignerCon, and I think it was Mike
had this.
That. Yeah. It almost enabled me to go get one too.
And they even have Trevor's shot on the site.
Of course.
Yeah, I was saying Trevor's like working. He's like, I do all these amazing photos, and Kevin still can't get into it. And I sent him a figure, and he's still not into it. What do I got to do? Now he's just in the chat going, "You do need it." Just to go for the direct approach. Man.
It's tough.
Trevor,
it's a struggle.
You have a connection to Four Horsemen for whatever reason that they don't have one right now, a Lord of the Rings line, whether it's licensing or whatnot. But I feel like a lot of this stuff is one step away from Lord of the Rings. Once they have that, you got me. I'd be all in. Because those diamond ones don't look good.
I feel like you're not the first person that has said that. Like they want Lord of the Rings, Mythic Legion style. Mm-hmm. I think there's a lot of people that would definitely grab that. This is really cool.
I didn't even get to that on my unboxing, dude. I feel so bad.
There's a lot to unbox here. There's a ton of crap. Yes, it was an expensive release, but man, they really packed in tons of stuff to make it feel like I got my value here.
I kind of want this dude because he's got a skunk head swap on orange armor.
Yes.
And then you have the goblin head.
Mephitor?
Mephitor.
Okay.
And a crossbow.
Yeah, he's sweet. You get the goblin head too. That's awesome.
Come on, and orange
definitely
armor? Sick.
Definitely a throwback to Stinkor.
Mm-hmm. And I like they do stuff like that too.
I do too.
Like I'm not a fan of it, but I appreciate it.
I can't remember the other one, but they did a Mossman style one too.
Yeah, it's all. I think that's what the All-Star waves are.
Oh, that's right. Okay, you're right.
Is that what it is? Like old characters, you can get them again, but in like a He-Man colorway.
Yeah, I think they do old characters, and then maybe they added a couple of one that were He-Man style. I'm still trying to learn the ropes of Mythic Legions. Luckily, that Source Horseman website has like all the lore. So if you want to really learn more about all the different factions and all the different characters and how it all kind of ties together, there's a ton of stuff available. I love how they do that. Because for
like
somebody that
chia pet.
there's a lot of flocking going on there.
Yeah. Do they have the Deluxe Legion builders on there? Here.
Oh, that would be sweet because I think that pre-order already closed for direct from Store Horseman.
I mean, 55 Canadian is a really good price. Oh my god,
that's not
those
bad.
guys. There you go.
This is really cool though.
But like this is, you know, giving me major Gimli vibes. Imagine this as Lord of the Rings.
Just look at all the detail. You know, it's insane. And for the price point, like wow. It's really impressive what you're getting for your money. What is the I got some batteries here with Gomez, but I really have no idea what they go to.
The second head lights up. If you turn it on the back, there's a light up panel.
Okay.
I think you got to put them in there.
See, I didn't even get that second head. I forgot it was even there.
E-Collectibles. Go grab them. Check out with code Toying Around for 5% off. Shameless plug. All right, back to the toys.
I like this this effect here too. This is cool.
I'm not even sure where we're at.
I'm in the second tray right now.
Hey, Matthew Toy, have a good night. This looks like there's an effect that goes into... Is this a grenade smoke? I'm going to put it in front of the camera.
I think that goes into his watch.
And his watch is smoking?
Maybe it's like a... Oh, yeah, you're right. Like, because this is like a knockout smoke. What is this other one? Maybe... Oh, it's for the gun. Use the gun with the silencer.
And the smoke goes up?
Yeah, it goes... It's like he's shooting it. And he's holding it kind of, you know, above his head maybe. So it's kind of like smoking, like he just shot it. I think that's what it goes for.
I know guns, clearly.
Maybe people in the chat can tell us. I might be wrong, but I think it's like a gun smoke.
There's a green effect in the second tray too. I think that one's for the watch.
Yeah, that's like a poison
knockout gas.
Right. Yeah, you got it. And then it has the flame effect as well for the watch, which I showed a little earlier. But yeah, it's like a flamethrower in his watch.
Do you keep all your Mezco accessories in the box?
No. So I actually use these. This is Conan, but I use these little like photo case holders.
Oh, you have that too.
Yeah, so I use these to store a lot of my Mezcos because you can store an entire figure in here plus accessories. But then I also use. I've got everything around me because I was going to put stuff away. But I use these little like... Oh, no, I did not even see that yet.
It's under the second tray.
Yeah, it's at the bottom. It's at the bottom. But yeah, I keep my some of my accessories in here too, like these little storage containers.
I've got like 11 of those from the dollar store.
My wife keeps telling me, you need another one? You need another one?
And then
that's really cool. That's
seen Lightning Collection
piece. Yeah. See, that would be great, you know, just for a shot. You could set up Gomez in that, keep him far enough away from the background where it doesn't look like he's right against it.
Mm-hmm.
And then get the lighting
characters
right.
here too.
Yeah, it'd be totally believable in a photo. Because it doesn't seem very reflective, which is kind of a bad thing. You don't want it to be too reflective.
What's the other set that had Bodega box? It was a diorama box as well.
That was the Hazard Squad commander.
Right.
Yeah, he came with
pretty cool.
That dio is great. I've used that a few times in shots. It's really awesome.
full poster sticker.
Oh yeah, it's in there too.
Man, there's too much stuff here.
There's so much stuff in here. It's just insane.
So much for taking it easy. And this is a toy from weeks ago.
Do what?
What are you looking forward to this year, pre-order wise, that you already have? You're waiting to come out.
This is one that's very popular amongst everyone, but the Keaton Batman. I really want Keaton Batman. Keaton's my favorite Batman. So the fact that we're getting one in a 112 is pretty amazing. I hate that I've had to wait more than 2 years for it. I'm a little worried of how it might actually come out because I think there might be problems with the seamless body or the movable eyes. I don't know what the issue is, but that's one I'm really looking forward to. And then Constantine is actually one I'm looking forward to a lot.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and then Mr. Freeze. That's another one that I really want to come out because I don't have a good Mr. Freeze in my collection, so he's kind of a missing part of my DC stuff.
Underrated.
All Mezco.
Villain.
Yes, underrated for sure.
Did Mezco ever announce Ra's al Ghul?
No, but it seems like a no-brainer to do.
I think
him
that
really,
would be an easy one for them.
Yeah, or like a Riddler. That would be a cool one. Surprised we haven't got either of those two. Either of those
Later,
two.
Gonzo.
See you, Gonzo. Thanks for hanging out, man.
Trevor says we're going to see Keaton as Batman in a new movie before we get the figure.
You're probably right on about that, actually, Trevor, because it's I don't know when we're going to get it. I think he got delayed to May now in the most recent update. And I really want the Gotham by Gaslight. I know I keep spouting off different figures, but another Mezco is the Gotham by Gaslight Batman.
Yeah, that Keaton Batman, I've been waiting, same as you. And I keep saying I have 13 Mezco Batman and 89 Keaton will be my last one ever. Well, they keep pushing it back and releasing ones in between and the loophole in my plan. So that kind of sucks.
Yeah,
Trevor says, did
rough.
either of you get the new Nosferatu?
Yeah.
Nate got
I
it.
missed out on the initial order, but I did get a waitlist conversion, luckily. So I'm pretty happy about that.
I'm still waitlisted for Vapor, man.
The burner? Or the original?
No, the first one.
Oh, I'm surprised I didn't get fulfilled. Because I don't know if he got re-released at some point.
It was the second
waitlist,
wave
though.
on that day.
Okay, I got it.
Super
I feel like
annoying.
because that's a pre-order that I think the second release of him is going to come out around like May, I want to say. So I feel like around release time is when you start to see those wait lists get converted because then they see what they have in stock. Some people tend to cancel right at the last minute.
Mm-hmm.
So they'll probably get some cancellations, and I think there's a good chance you'll have that wait list converted. But yeah, Vapor is a great figure.
You want to go another like 5 to 10 minutes?
Sure.
Is that good for you?
Yeah, that works for me.
You have anything else to open?
I've got that Azrael. I can do that real quick.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to need too much time for that one.
No, it's very simple. I love those figures. I love the aesthetic of the animated stuff. Batman the Animated Series is probably my all-time favorite cartoon. And I know he's not from the cartoon, but the fact that they expanded that story into a comic, I had to get it. It's just too cool.
Is that a trade? And is it worth reading?
Oh, it's great. Yeah, I think it's awesome. If you're into the show, you'll probably like it. There's a lot of cool like throwbacks to the show and some new stories.
Damn
I
it.
talked about it in the figure booth, but I actually picked this up in my library. I just randomly went to the graphic novel section and they have it. So that way I didn't have to buy it. And it's a great story. I like it. If you like the show, I think you'll like the book.
Captain Rex says, any good recommendations for good quality Batman animated series figures? At the moment, what do we have? Mafex?
Mafex made the Batman. That's a good quality. I don't have that one, but I've heard good things. And then, like we're talking about, DC Direct, I would say is great quality, but you don't get Mafex articulation. These guys are fairly limited, and to Kevin's earlier point, they don't come with a ton of stuff. But at the price point, I feel like they're pretty worth it if you're into the stuff. Like, I'm huge into this stuff, so for me, I'm like, okay, this is I can justify this. It's not too expensive. Scratches that itch for me.
The look, the aesthetics are there for that wave or for that series of animated series figures. If you want like a classic look, I think they have Batman, Robin, and Joker. The other ones are characters you haven't seen in the show.
Right. Like Deathstroke, Red Hood, the Power Armor, and then Azrael as well.
Dude, I love Azrael armors, man. I have like a section, like I have Bat armors, and then I have an Azrael armor just because all the different variations and the looks he's had, the different figures, they look badass. He has his own portion.
I agree with you. It's a really cool idea of how that all kind of started. And Mafex is doing an Azrael Batman as well.
Yep, pre-order.
Yeah, I've got it for
another year.
Right. It's probably going to get delayed a few times.
I feel like Mezco could try it.
Loud. That would be cool to see a Mezco. And I think that's one thing they're really good about doing is the armor over the cloth.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that would really fit their kind of aesthetic a little bit. I'm going to go on mute because it's going to be really loud pulling this thing out.
Well, there's only like the figure, I think a couple of hands and one accessory. I remember the package saying 6 pieces. This is 6 for like Hong Kong people. This is the hand sign for 6. I don't know why. Captain Rex says shelf appeal. Yeah. They're like just based on character design. Even the first wave of those animated series ones, Batgirl had really tiny feet on skinny legs, and on top of that, some of the plastic quality for those weren't great, so ankles were breaking. Just if you look at the design, Batman's legs go like this, and then you have feet. So if you want like a superposable figure with those kind of proportions, it's kind of hard. But Mafex, is that out yet? The Mafex one?
The Mafex Batman is out. I think it's the only one from the BTS line that's actually out yet.
Right.
So yeah, these new ones, to your point about the articulation, like the early releases, I had one of the first release Batmans and broke his legs off fairly easily. These new ones actually, they have this diaper now, so they can, they've got this little diaper thing, but it lets them articulate a little bit better. So it's like a full 90 there, but he's definitely getting more range than the other Batman. And there is thigh swivel. There's a little bit of thigh swivel in here.
Oh.
So you can articulate
Wayne Tech
better
diaper.
Yeah. He's got the Wayne Tech diaper for his
Wayne Tech depends.
And then they feature double jointed knees too.
Whoa.
Which is pretty sweet.
Did not expect that.
Yeah. Unfortunately, you don't have double jointed elbows, so you can only get about 90 like in his elbow. But
dude, those giant shoulders are outrageous. It's a giant ball, right?
They are huge. The good thing is though, you can still get good range. Like he can go all the way up pretty well.
All right, I might need that.
You got your bend right there. I saw you you were at that shop that had the whole wave, and I would say every figure in that wave is solid. I mean, I love them all. He's even got some ab articulation. So you can move side to side, forward. I mean, not bad for the price point, like I said. And then his head his head's pretty limited, I will say. Not very much up and down. No side to side that he can turn. So
What's his accessory?
that's where they're lacking.
Is it one batarang?
It is one batarang. Yep. One single batarang. And
Dang.
4 hands. Yeah. The Deathstroke came with a lot of accessories. He came with a gun, a sword, a knife, an alternate head, different hands. He came with a ton of stuff. So some of them come packed, but like this Azrael comes with really nothing. So it's really just like you said earlier. If you're looking for that certain aesthetic, the animated style, and then if you are a fan of the DC Direct stuff, this is right up my alley. But this is not for everyone, for sure.
Captain Wrecked. I'll send you a site that Nate mentioned. Well, like I was out the other day and posted a photo from heroesworld.ca has these.
Yeah.
And they look good. They're limited in articulation, but Nate has made the most of what you can do with it. And it's just
Thank you for saying that.
2 gangsters just posing. It's a pose off.
Yeah. I mean, that Deathstroke's awesome. I love that Deathstroke. I like how he has I don't know what you call that, but that piece in the back that's kind of like articulated out. It looks like it's sort of blowing in the wind there on the back of his head.
Oh, the back. It's his mask, right?
Yeah, it's like part of his mask. I just like how they put that into the figure.
That's cool.
And then like that knife on his shin there, that one comes out. That sword that he's holding goes in the back of his sheath there, and then he's got the
Scabbard.
pistol yeah, there you go. He's got the pistol that does holster on the side.
Oh, and the Batman has cell shading. It has shadows on it.
Yeah, that's one of the newer ones. Because like I said, I broke my original one. And you can see that new Batman, he's got different legs.
Much better.
His legs
they're
are
cell
much
shaded. You
better
can see
than
the
the
boots.
original.
The cape costume areas, it's like a blend of blue and black with the shadows,
Yes.
so it's cool.
I love that. It looks really cool.
Yeah, man, these are great. And Trevor, if you're still here, styrofoam tip.
Yeah, I stole that from you, Trevor. I gotta say,
What are the
that's
smoke
not something I was.
effects from?
Oh, the smoke effects are from. His name is @Navi _TB. He's on Instagram as well. He makes a bunch of different smoke effects. He doesn't solicit any of it on his page. Like if you looked at his page, you wouldn't even know he does it.
Oh, really?
But I guess he makes different colors. At the time, I don't think he was making different colors, but he makes like red, green. He makes the white smoke effects, which I use all the time. And they're really cheap. I mean, very reasonable price.
Send me that
I
link.
think he's
please.
located. Do I?
Send me that link. You might get points.
Sure thing. I will.
More points than Prime in 2022 so far.
Good. What was the
Man
line
Mountain Navi something?
Yeah, the guy that does the smoke effects is @Navi NAVI _TB. The line of these figures that he's looking at right now is DC Direct.
It's called Batman: The Adventure Continue. Continue.
Yep.
These are Canadian prices. But heroesworld.ca has them.
I think BBTS has some of these. I don't know if all of them are still available. Like I think that Joker might be gone now.
Look how good this looks. Look at that face.
Yeah, that Joker's fantastic. I love the face sculpt.
I still have my Christmas Joker from the first wave.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that one's hard to find. If you have any of the DC Direct stuff, it's probably pretty valuable because it's very hard to find that stuff nowadays. Because, like we talked about, DC Direct is dead. They're not around anymore. So they're not. That's the last line.
My Joker.
Oh, no. Well, you can get that one.
Card. Oh, well. Goes to a friend. It's all good. Because I was debating between having that autographed by Mark Hamill or something Luke Skywalker, and I went with Luke Skywalker. And after that, I never opened this Joker.
I think Luke Skywalker is probably the better pick there, to be honest. I mean, I know he's iconic for that Joker role, but Luke Skywalker was what he really got famous for.
I was also going to do Cockknocker, but I feel like I would have regretted using my money on Mark Hamill autographing a picture of Cockknocker from Jay and Silent Bob.
I mean, I can't say that would be a bad decision because that's an amazing role for him, but I can see why you pick Luke Skywalker.
You know, sometimes they have a photo with the actors' like famous roles on there. If someone had all three on that sheet, I probably would have grabbed one of those. But I don't think Cockknocker is in his top three.
Probably not. That might be
Also
one of those
just
roles he
like
looks back on and he's like, what the hell was I doing?
I'm sure he had fun though. Like
Probably.
just hanging with those nerds, with Kevin Smith and whatnot.
Yeah, it was great. It was fun.
I neglected Twitch again. I'm sorry. Yoko, thank you for the resub, the 8-month resub. Thank you. Mr.
Oh, wow.
Joe Beasy for the follow. Kazakh Princess. Wait, was that the one I wasn't supposed to mention? Retro Pit Stop. Thank you for the follow and the subs. Twitch. I think that's it for me. I'm gonna open my other Stormtrooper when the Dio gets here.
I got through all my stuff too, except for that Gucci Wonder Woman, but I'll get through that sometime.
Back to the closet with you.
Yeah.
Do you write the date on it that you got it so you can do your 6 months rule?
No, I don't. I probably should. So it's not like a true 6 month thing. But if I think about it, like, you know, I put this in the box and I haven't looked at it for a while, which I put in my head, it's probably been like 6 months. Then I've got like a pile of stuff I'm actually building to sell. I don't know if right now is the best time to be selling stuff, just because I think everybody's running out of money after the holidays. But I'm going to wait until maybe tax season, and then you'll probably see me offload quite a few different things.
Tax season, man. Everyone's like just got all their money.
Exactly.
Ready to spend it on something ridiculous.
It's one of the better times to sell that I've seen. People are a little bit more willing to spend money around that time.
Well, when we wrap, I bought some new totes, and I'm gonna organize some stuff and then put out some stuff for sale too. But
nice.
I think that's all for tonight. If you are a Star Wars fan, please tune back in tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Eastern. We're gonna go through episode 3 on our show called The Book of Boba Tea. So get yourself some boba, order it, Uber Eats, whatever it is. That's what I'm gonna do. Sit down, grab a drink, and talk about this episode. It is. I won't say how this episode was. It got me to do some toy photography today.
Nice.
Usually, if something speaks to me, it gets me lightly motivated. I won't say if it's a good thing or a bad thing. This is not a spoiler because this didn't happen. But this
wow.
I just threw this together
awesome.
Today. It's
I love how he's riding the Vespa. This is great.
He's riding the Vespa. Yeah.
I think the fact that it got you to do another toy shot is worth it, man. It's a good thing.
2 so far.
Yeah, you did the Tupac Spider-Man, which came out great.
Oh, I did the Captain Carter this year.
Oh yeah, Hydra Stomper. Yeah.
All right, so it's January 13th, and I've done 2. That's more than all of last year, so I think I'm on track. You can check me out here on Instagram at Toying Around, and, Book of Boba Tea tomorrow night. Nate, where should people be following you and catching up with you?
Yeah, you guys can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, all at FigureFan_Nate. And just big thanks to you, Kev, for having me on, man. This was a lot of fun. I appreciate it. And thanks to the chat for coming out to support me. You guys are awesome.
It's been a long time coming, man. So thank you for making time. And go check out Figure Booth on all your podcast places and Instagram. Nate, thanks so much for stopping by. Everyone in the chat, if you want to go listen to more toy stuff, Toy Migos are coming on soon. Or you can also join the Discord, which I will post the link right here and we can talk more toys once we're offline. Oh, the voice went again. Cool, man.
I still heard it.
Yeah, man. I'll see you in the Discord, Nate. Have a great night,
Awesome.
everyone in the chat. Keep toying around. See you tomorrow night.
Bye, everybody.
Peace.
Have a great night.
Beef.